Buonasera tutti, good evening.
I didn't have a smart-ass line.
And welcome to Fate's Grip. I beat you to it! Episode 8, Anvil. That was absolutely my intention. No, it wasn't. I love the one-lining opens. We are here, and we are ready to do some shout-outs and play some Dungeons and Dragons. Look, thank you everyone for the quotes. Hi MVCDM, hi Ash. Great to have you here. Appreciate it. And anyone else who is lurking. Hi. How are we feeling?
Energy drink.
Feeling good. We're just chastising Ben.
I'm being chastised for drinking an energy drink, guys.
First choice of beverage.
Ben, I love you. You can drink
Thank
whatever you want.
It's really bad
Watermelon
for you.
kiwi, what's wrong with it?
It's really
It's
bad
healthy.
for you.
Hell, it's fruit.
It's no sugar. This is like one of the only soft drinks that
Boom.
no sugar.
You can get around this if you just call it secret water.
Secret water.
Oh God.
It's like a potion of healing.
Nah, bro,
Yeah.
you're water.
It's a potion. I hate.
You're totally
what it
water.
is.
Yeah.
Secret water.
I'm secret water.
Anyway, moving on.
I'm gonna do some shout outs while you decide how healthy or not the energy drinks are. Essentially, we're not supposed to drink mercury, guys.
That's a planet.
It is a look. I didn't plan it.
drink that
I didn't plan it.
Gosh, NVC.
We say hello and welcome again to Ardent Roleplay. Some amazing cards that you yourself can get your hands on and augment your reality in your Dungeons and Dragons games. Call of Cthulhu and some modern style games as well. Get a hold of Ardent Roleplay and you get a bit of a discount if you subscribe to their app as well. And just pop in Fate's Grip as the code. Lovely. You've got as well. If you would like to help us out by offering your, I guess, your
Where are you going with this?
hard-earned funds to make this experience amazing for you,
We take all currencies.
you can go into our Ko-fi. It's look up Fate's Ko-fi, Fate's Grip on our Ko-fi, and you can donate what you will. On top of that, before I shut up, we've got YouTube.
All right.
We've got YouTube, we've got Spotify, we've got Apple Podcasts for this campaign up and ready to go. So get your hands, ears, and eyes burnt by our amazing faces.
How do you get your ears?
burnt by my face. What? You suggesting I'm so bad that it's The side of me is difficult to hear.
Me.
Saying that your face is so hot right now.
Hey, boy.
Hey,
Exactly.
speaking of hot right now, shout out to Last Hold Games who make some amazing statues. They take you and they scan you in 3D.
pretty
Move
cool.
all the way all around your head with a LiDAR scanner. Put a little bald cap on. It's a pretty fun experience. It actually is really fun to get it done. And they'll use that to create an amazing likeness, a blending of your face with your characters. So this is inspired, this costume, you can see me right there, inspired by me and my character from last season, Velo. It's very cool, and I'm very much looking forward to painting it as well.
Hot.
Who laughed?
Wow.
I'll do my best, Joe. I'm not a miniature painter, but I'm going to do my best to.
When you try your best.
But you don't succeed.
What a
I'm
great
going to do my
song.
best to do justice to the amazing work that they do. Check them out on lastholdgames.com.
If you have to block the mic, it's naughty. Don't do it.
What?
Basically. Yes.
No.
It's grip
He's backhanding
accents all legal
Huh?
tender.
Like they
Anyway,
can't see, like the whole can't see, like.
also moving on to far more
You look good
important
right
and
now.
less heinous things, because we're wholesome here. Hey, check out some stuff.
What's going on?
What's wrong? Did we
Nothing.
go?
Potentially. Let's have a look.
Are you offline?
Are we?
I don't know.
I think so.
No, we're not. We're good. Sorry.
You're the controller.
Controller.
Are you offline?
Whoop,
No, we're
we're
good.
not. We're
Thank
good.
you.
Okay, great.
Go for it.
Hey, we got some cool stuff that's happening, but it won't be happening this weekend because I'm going to Taylor Swift. Ha 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 ha. I don't know why I laugh like that. I'm so excited. I'm so nervous. Ha ha. Anyway, moving on. Tomorrow is what?
Nothing.
Okay. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. If you wanna love someone, come and send your love to our channel where we have a surprise thing going up tomorrow. Keep an eye on socials for a special program event starting tomorrow night.
Amazing.
For tonight's stream, if you want me to give a powerful love message to your special person, just drop it in the chat. I'll do it.
No, you know what you're gonna do is you're gonna use the compliment redeem, and Sheldon will just read it out in like a romantic voice. Is that what we're doing? Are we turning this session real romantic?
Oh, yeah.
That's why the red's up.
Well, it is.
That's why it's called Anvil.
Alright.
Hammering out that love.
Sorry, I was just reading something.
It's my love.
If that's what you want me to do, go hard.
Yep. Anyway, other things that you should do is check out the Lawrites. The Lawrites over on Twitch. The Lawrites is the new home for Sword of the Skulls, which you can catch myself and some of our wonderful community members, including Ash, Ham. We got fucking everyone over there. Prometheans over there. MVCDMs over there. Bloody genies over there. It's a good time. Come hang out with us. We'll play some D&D. And Saz is over there from Meeples and Dragons. It's a good fucking time. Hey, last
It's a
week,
good fucking time.
last time I nearly
Yeah.
got yeeted by a fairy, so that was fun. It was a good time.
I have Fey trauma from last season.
Shout outs. Complete.
Illusion trauma.
I've got one more.
Oh, do you?
Get your hands on some merch, everyone. Get to our fourth wall.
I knew there was something missing.
And the link is there if you'd like to get yourself some.
You can get a shirt like this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand up this time because I'm feeling lazy.
That's fine. I can see it.
At least you're honest.
It's good. It's a beautiful thing. Nice, amazing.
What?
I liked both poses.
Yeah? If you really want to check it out, you can go to our YouTube and check out the other episodes and see at the beginning where I show it off.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Just clip
The
that
t-shirt.
Amazing.
one part.
Cool. All right. Coming closer to a stream near you as well, which I forgot to mention, was there was a Twitter post about a filming day that we had. I've seen some sneak peeks at some footage that was on that day, and it looks just sublime. And I haven't received the clips yet, but just know that we will soon have something special to present to everyone. Yeah,
I'm very excited.
should be cool. Should be cool to see.
Very hyped to see how that turned out.
Yeah. All right. Well, for now, there won't be. There won't be an intro. We're going to go straight into the game. Is everyone good? Anyone else have shout outs?
Hey, Cloud Kill Clothing. Also good. Also.
Please check them out. They do have some cool clothing.
That's true.
They do. I've worn their t-shirts so much. It's like I worn it to the gym. I worn it to the pub. I wear it everywhere. It's a dope shirt.
Yeah,
Cloud
nice.
Kill Clothing.
Love it. Okay, well, let's
Good.
go-
This
let's-
went well.
Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons and all.
And all. Intro music.
Fate's grip.
Shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Beautiful. That went well. I'm glad we did this. Anyway,
I'm concerned, but want to add to it.
do it.
Do it.
No, I've
Go.
got nothing.
Give us some mad beats.
No.
Yeah. Or
No.
Give us
No.
give us a haiku.
What's a haiku?
It's like a poem. That
I
has
don't know
a
what's the matter
certain
with you.
A Japanese poem. Is it 737?
737.
number-
Yeah.
37.
Syllables.
Oh, that's still. Well,
Fate's grip. Bing. Something. Like and subscribe.
That was good.
That was not
that was
even
10
it.
syllables.
Oh, yeah, prove it.
I think it was-
NBC,
That's what I thought.
NBC,
No,
please.
don't.
NBC, please, if you could prove this, that'd
That
be
was a
great.
tentaku, not a haiku.
Oh, God.
So let's
Let's
go
go.
into the session. So last week, you caught Captain Gerald grieving, his daughter dead in his arms, and he roused the city to defeat the creatures risen in the warehouse. While you took his daughter's body, signs pointed to Locke that danger was ahead. So you stashed her body temporarily, while Captain Gerald was being followed. Trying to end his existence, Rin tried to stop him, took a note he wrote, and met up with the party again. While Captain Gerald fell from a window. While these suspicious happenings were unfolding, including the now disappearance of the body of Gerald's daughter, you sought help from Officer Vernonia of House Denise. And so you went back to Lila to rest and plan your next moves, while Mori recovered and was saved by her magics. So it is morning, and the warm sun that rises in the dawn creeps in, allowing you to see guards outside, people. A normal day, a different day, one that is unusual because of the evenings or the past day's dangers, but that seems to have passed. Also outside tells you, activity is rife, as though Vedica lives again. It doesn't hide away in the shadows or behind closed doors. Lila sleeps, still, an exhausted mage of the administration. She seemed to have been successful with her magic to recover Mori, who strides over to the table next to you, Kailani, who you're eating breakfast. He sits with you and starts to wordlessly pass over some fruit in a bowl to help your sustenance.
I will pick at the fruit.
A purple apple forms in your hand, and you take a bite out of it with a light pink flesh. It's juicy and light.
Nice.
Some strawberries are also supped, and hot tea is also given.
Yeah, cool.
Mori,
Some kind of vegetarian breakfast.
fruit pancakes as well are also set out with honey and thick slabs of butter.
She's not going to start with me.
Yeah, I'm like, it's getting real hungry.
I can make some after, it's fine. As you await Maury's story, because Maury promised you a story about his capture. Before he does start his tale, would you like to do anything in the confines and protective shield of Lila's home?
I think I should let you know you've got 150 gold pieces and I don't know, she has a small sapphire as well.
A small sapphire was given as well, correct.
Nice.
Right.
And a coat.
A heavy coat from House Denis to protect against the cold, and that was the a reward for you.
150 gold, a small sapphire, and a heavy coat.
Yep.
Good. Good to know.
It's a plain coat. There are no there's a beautiful wool inlay, but no other markings of House Denis. These simply look like they've been purchased for the purposes of protection from
Cool.
cold.
Happy with that?
I'd probably just go back to eating and reading my book.
Cool.
As I just kind of get ready to listen to the tale, and I'll probably perch myself out next to a window just to have a look on the traffic of thinking it's a bit unusual that nothing's really taken place over the night that has been.
Sure.
But happy that I got a full night's rest.
We're still in Lila's house, right?
Yes, you are.
So being a wizard, I assume there are wizard-like books around the place that might have spells in them.
It's not her home. She's rented it for now. You hadn't seen any books while being within the home yet. Bookshelves are fairly empty, though they are there. They look like, looking through, it looks like those books are of the owners and not of Lila's. And it gives you an assumption that the owner of this home who's rented this out to Lila is a farmer. And potentially dabbles in a bit of mining and blacksmithing, because there are also books on making armor, weapons, basic tomes of that nature.
Okay, and I'll sit patiently and wait to hear the tale.
Yeah, actually, one thing I remember, one of the last things that me and Ivor said to her was to ask her about practicing the magic.
Correct. She was promising you the option to teach you a spell that would help suspend someone in life, but it would take two of you to concentrate on this spell. And so yes, she did promise that, though she's sleeping currently, but you
that's right.
just keep it in mind.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Whether or not you want to disturb her, let me know.
Nah, she's just like, yo, wake up. Grab brush the little wake up.
Cool. So, as you await Mori, he finishes off a strawberry and takes a sip of his tea, and he turns his stool around and he starts to say, well, I guess with a generous night's sleep, my head is a little clearer, and I can start to talk about my capture. A thorough story, though one that still is fearful in the mind. I was, as you know, at the inn before I was taken. The two who took me, the half elves, they muffled my mouth with wool, with heavy cloth, so I was unable to speak, and they quickly brought something over my eyes, a cloth or something, so I couldn't see well. So where I went, it was a little unsure. However, I did hear things. I have a keen sense of things, you know. I heard. Well, we walked. I kept pace. We walked approximately 336 steps from the inn. The sounds of the fire quickly being disguised by silence, really. The quietness creeped over, and they didn't speak to each other much after that either, apart from whispers of making sure they were on the right path. I remember stairs leading downward into an even darker space. The stairs were perhaps 3 stories. There were about 60-odd stairs in total, and they wound around like a twirling sense. I felt like I was being twisted and turned quite substantially. There was this smell as well. There was a smell, apart from the echoes of footsteps that we ourselves produced. There was a sweet, perfumed smell, as well as one of rot, one of flesh, humanoid flesh. I was then pushed into a slightly lit room where the cover over my eyes was torn off. In front of me was a room full of candles. These candles were large and tall, though only recently used. There were seats, and there was almost what looked to be a pentagram of sorts, either painted by paint or blood, I'm not sure, but it was a reddish tinge in the middle. Certainly the room did smell like iron. Once I came to my senses a bit more, well, then there were figures in cloaks that looked familiar to the ones that were burning the inn. And before I could really try and defend myself, they were upon me, taking me to the floor with punches, kicks. I was quite weakened.
Did they say anything whilst they beat you?
I heard chanting, but not in a language I knew. It's guttural, almost without language. They were humming. They were like music, like song from chanting for a spell of some kind. But they were doing that over the top of each other. It was as though they were not wanting the spell to be yet cast. They were waiting for something.
There was a magic on you that stopped us from waking, stopped us from helping you.
That must have happened after. One of the figures did put their hand on me, and I glimpsed their hand. It was dead. It was dry skin, greyed skin. The fingernails curled upward and around. Smelt of as though someone scratched at a wound for too long. They muttered something and a cold passed over me. For a moment I didn't know where I was. Couldn't see very well. It was a blur. Perhaps that was magic that was cast that prevented my location. In any case, they started to ask questions of me. And once they figured out that I would not give them anything, even in pain, they brought me eventually to that place where you found me, up and into that warehouse.
Do you know how you got to the warehouse?
They made me one of their own, cloaked. It's like I was one of them. I was compelled to go with them. Again, another spell I could not seem to resist from that person with that dead hand. Cast another spell under their mouth, and I was dragged magically, I believe.
You didn't overhear Devere a kid again after they delivered you to that place, or
Either they came with me and then left me there, or they were part of the troop that disguised me and took me. It's as though they all creeped back into the holes in which they came from. It was unusual. They all became this crowd of people. I didn't recognize them anymore.
Were there any others there with you? Any other prisoners?
There were a couple of other people that looked under duress, yes. Though they were a lot worse for wear. I didn't recognize them either. Although, yes. I believe one of them yelled for help, and his name, well, he was the captain of the guard. The one that was missing?
Mm.
The one that Captain Gerald took over. I believe they have him.
I'm going to need him back.
Tabran, was his name
To Bren? No, I'm not sure.
Out of character question. It started with a T, didn't
I don't remember out of character.
it? Episode 2 must have been.
In any case,
Gail's like, nah, fuck you.
he was quite weak, and he was under duress.
Troon, that's it.
Are you saying that out loud?
Is it Troon?
I believe that's what he called himself, yes. Troon. He He weakly asked for help, but he had many wounds, many cuts along his face. He's scarred for life, I'm sure, even with magic. They were deep. What they were trying to get from him, I'm not sure, but perhaps they just wanted to keep him captured for the purposes of instilling Captain Gerald into the guard.
Just for a moment, Troon was at the same location that you're at, that you were within the city, or that was inside the barn that we burnt down?
The warehouse? No, in the first room in the city.
Sounds like there's a sewer of some description.
It smelt of sewage as well, yes. Perhaps, and I'm not sure, I'm just new to this place, but I did overhear sewers being talked about in my passing.
So if we were to go back to what I assume is the burnt-out husk of the warehouses, and down into the sewers through there, we might be able to backtrack to where these hostages are.
I think that might be a bit too dangerous to go that way. Remember, we sent the guard there to...
Oh, that's right. Yes, it's quite heavily guarded.
But the other, we could enter potentially from where Mori got taken to. If you think we could track back 336 steps from the inn.
There's a chance I could. I know we twist and turn through alleyways.
Roll a survival check to figure out, was that like
Yeah,
500 meters?
Sure, have a look. Yeah, go for it.
I've actually got a bonus survival. 14.
A 14? Okay. From the inn, which is towards the centre of
much
the town.
Do I have advantage
Much-
because I walk a lot?
Bear Grylls.
Do I have advantage because I know the ground beneath my feet?
I kind of wish I was generous enough to give that to you now. It's so creative.
I use my feet.
Well, let me tell you something. I use my feet on the daily to walk places. And for that reason, I know everything.
Like Gandalf.
Yeah.
And sewers are his favourite terrain.
Yeah.
Favorite.
What a sewer.
As you haven't been in the town for long enough to know exactly if that is there's a point that you could recall or figure out. There's nowhere specific. No. And you recall, had you counted the footsteps while you've been in the town from one location to another, it could have actually worked.
Yeah.
Well, you can take that knowledge and put it on that map. If we walk out that same amount, and then you just draw a circle with the inn at the center, and then that narrows it down to anything that might be 3 levels subterranean.
That's a really good idea.
That's a really good idea.
Maury
Yeah, points of interest, I guess.
was like, yes.
I'll get my map out and hand it to anybody who's close.
Yeah, just you are in. You're the closest.
But you know I can't read.
Oh, that's right.
You don't need to read, but I'll point out, I guess, on the map what I know where the inn is, because I know the name.
Yes.
You are here.
Yeah.
For the purposes of I believe I've given it out of character. I've given everyone at least the link to the map, but at the very center of town, the inn is on the right-hand side. It looks more like a oblong-y shape. It's one of the larger ones, but I can point it out to you later. But essentially, one of the first buildings on the right of this very center of the town, and then when it's another 360 something steps away from that.
How far do you think 336 steps are?
Well, I'd say probably roughly about 336 feet.
I'm gonna.
Don't think that's how that works.
I'm gonna. On the map, is there like a? I don't know if it would be the same thing. I know like geographical maps have it. There's like a line that kind of indicates
Like a
scale. Yeah, of how
Scaling.
far is.
There is one there as well.
Yeah.
Yards.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll point out. I'll be like, "This is what's that in? Is it in yards or is it in
Meters.
meters? It's in meters."
Fucking Maltesers.
Sorry.
I've been staring at them for so long.
This is a ledger of meters, so you can understand how
A
many,
leisure of meters.
what distance it is from place to place on the map. How many meters do you think is in 336 steps?
Oh, my friend Siri would know, but she's not here.
Wow.
We have to meet her later now.
You're a postman. Have you got an idea?
Yeah, let me roll for that, Michele.
Do some survival.
Can we play this as close as I get to 20 as you just tell me? That's what I think it is.
Oh, yeah,
Decide how
sure.
good I am at this. Nat 20.
Wow. You know your feet.
I do.
Where's a postman?
Call me Quentin.
You have, as a wayfarer, you know distance, you know towns quite well, and you read, before going into towns, you read maps. And so, from the very center of town, you now can pretty confidently draw essentially a circle directly around that that inn that could indicate the direction of, or at least you could now circumvent that circle. It would still take, I'd say, maybe 1 to 2 hours to traverse.
Right, if everyone
But
calls hydro-
now you know pretty well the location.
You're just cheersing me on
No, I clapped you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. So it's exactly within this circle here.
All right, then, points of interest that it might be. Is there any outstanding buildings?
Well, it has to go underground, and it has to be spiral. So, I mean, that's two things to narrow it down.
What I know, I'm familiar with the area. Is there any like direction in this circle if there's now a circle there, or if a theoretical circle exists? Anywhere that I would go, this would be a spot for somewhere shady, or a secret little thing. Just even likelihood of which direction.
A lot of that area, which you know in the town, are houses, simple homes. There's an armory that's within that line, or going around that line in the south, and the south gives you Old Town. So in the Old Town, just to the south of the inn, there is an armory. I guess that's the most obvious place, though so far.
Most obvious place for a hole. Okay, great.
Though so far obvious hasn't been the direction in which these enemies of yours have taken. So could it be too obvious? You're not sure.
Yeah, right.
I guess get Mori to look at the map, and I know that you said you counted the steps, but is there any? Do you know what direction you may have headed?
Did you smell anything?
We said iron before, but I think you meant blood, yeah?
I made sure, yes, blood. I made sure for as accurately as I could that when they turned me and then they blindfolded me, I remember from whence from which direction I turned. I feel, as accurately as I could guess, I was heading almost in a westerly direction.
Given that we were around at the cellar entry at the back of the pub, and I know that I last saw Mori heading to the front of the pub where Ivor was, we didn't see Ake come back past us. Is westerly away from the front area of the pub.
It is.
Alright, so that narrows us down to a quadrant pretty much.
It's a
Which
starting
is
point.
Chalkwell, an area called Chalkwell. Mostly homes, some shops of indescript nature. A lot of fruit stores, a lot of clothing stores. It's inconspicuous enough that you would hazard a guess it could hide quite easily a secret passageway. Yes.
Before you went down the stairs, did you walk through a door while standing upright? Did you have to kind of go through a hatch in the ground?
From what I remember, I distinctly remember a door opening, and then a bit more darkness, The cold was, I acutely remember the cold being replaced by a bit of warmth, a bit more light. I feel like I went into a home or a shop first. I wonder, I smelled what I would appear to be metal, perhaps, or some sort of, I'm not sure.
Did you, with the footsteps, were they echoing? Like maybe
No.
you were standing on stone?
No, I believe it was. It wasn't echoing.
I think maybe we could just potentially walk him back in the direction that we saw him walking away from, and maybe he can recognize something. Would that not be a good starting point?
I think that's a good idea.
But I'm also concerned about him because they were very specific about taking him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There were notes talking about get the elf.
we should disguise him.
I was going to mention as well the other faculty or the other factor to my capture. They started questioning me
Right.
after they beat me into submission, or what they thought was that. But I'm
What type of questions?
They gave you a pre-question beating.
no afterward. Post.
Post question.
Post.
Pro questions.
So you got
Has a
beaten
zero
and
in
asked
it.
the questions, or you
Yes.
got asked? Well, that's very ineffective.
Well,
What's to fear then?
more.
Yeah, that's sound.
I think they were just trying to help me understand what they could do.
You've never had the shit kicked out of you, have you?
Maybe too much.
Right.
They asked me about where I came from. They asked me about Aerenal. They asked me about my magic, what I can do, what the other elves of the Undying Court can do. They must have recognized me from somewhere. I mean, they must have recognized me in the street, or made an educated guess as to where I come from. They didn't tell me why they were asking the questions, of course, but I gave them nothing. I didn't tell them anything. I kept silent
Are
the
you
entire
missing
time.
anything? Are you missing anything?
No items, thankfully. Although I didn't really have much on me. You have my book.
I still have the book, yes.
I'm glad you've kept it. Thank you. I simply had some coin, which I kept. They didn't really search me. I'm assuming they are an organization of some kind that were in no need for it.
And you don't have anything additional on you? You didn't leave with anything from there that you didn't have before?
I'm not sure. And he now acutely is aware of his person, and he starts to rummage through pockets in his robe, and he goes through his pockets in his pants. You can see his feet are covered with covered in sandal, and he sort of moves his feet a little. He moves around and feels sort of his back, his front. He shakes his head. I don't feel any different. I don't feel any abnormality. It would appear that they had no intention, perhaps, of tracking me should I be rescued. So I would imagine that the destination I was taken to, the warehouse, might have simply been a place where they thought, well, he's not answering questions, he might as well just be killed and sent
Or
back the corpses.
they got what they wanted,
How do you
and
mean?
they didn't need you anymore.
What would they have? I didn't give them
You
anything.
might have told them something that they needed, maybe a missing piece of a puzzle, something. If I was some sort of a criminal mastermind and I was asking questions, you're not going to ask questions for no reason. You're going to ask them for answers. And if you gave an answer and I didn't need you anymore, I probably wouldn't keep you around.
Why wouldn't they kill me straight away?
Because that takes effort too, and it can be traced back to them.
Perhaps.
What about your necromancy?
What about it?
Well, I mean, there seems to be dead people walking around. Did they want anything based on that?
Did they want any? Did they
Why
ask
don't you
you?
show him that symbol? Maybe he knows.
I'll try and I'll get the book out ready and I'll describe it to him just off of the last 2 times I've shown people that symbol.
Sure. As you describe it, he
I'll ask, I'll tell him, be like, I can show this to you first, but just after your trauma, let me at least describe it to you first.
okay. As the description is said, he doesn't act any differently. He just is keenly aware and curious about it, and he describes it as such. He says it sounds evil, but I'm perhaps my being an Aerenal Elf perhaps can resist some more of that sort of in-depth magic. Could I see it?
And yeah, I'll pull it out, open up page and show him.
Okay. As he as he looks on it, there is that instant. There is an instant where he winces, but then his eyes open wider, and you can see all of a sudden that the ink, the text that you've written glows, though not of your doing. He seems to be.
It's fine. I'm totally doing this, guys.
He seems to be now whispering something under his breath very quickly. And the glow
A
dims.
little louder for those of us that aren't magic users in the room, maybe.
I think he's doing a poem.
Haiku.
A soliloquy.
A Jamiroquai.
A Jamiroquai.
And as he...
Just so everyone's aware.
as
After all the Jamiroquai jokes of the last few campaigns, Sheldon had never heard of Jamiroquai
Yeah.
and just thought we were saying a funny word.
A funny word.
as
You're a bad man.
as the symbol fades, he shakes his head and he says, "This is fascinating. It is a symbol that perpetuates life, but in a different sense to the Undying Court's positive energy. This gives off the negative sense. Did you destroy the symbol where it was?"
Correct, yes.
I'm glad you did. Its magic is such that it can continue to exist forever and perhaps give life to the dead, but not in a way of control. Someone powerful took many, many days, if not weeks, to procure this and cast the spell, like you would cast a ritual spell, but one that would take many, many more days. They then had an ability to be able to keep this up where normally it requires the utmost concentration. It's a spell of raise dead, but one that has an area of an effect. That's... Should you not have destroyed it, or at least caused it to be diminished, it could have continued to brought people back. It is bizarre and it is harrowing
Don't
in
love
its
that.
make.
You don't think that this is a house Cardiff symbol?
By house Carneth, you mean the country Carneth that we're in, or a particular house of
Sorry,
Corvair?
country. So they do use the undead as not so dissimilar, but different in practice.
You can make a history check just to clarify that information for yourself,
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Sounds like you're wrong.
just to make sure.
Rolling.
Well, I probably won't know.
That's okay.
Hey, my man,
It's-
how you going, buddy?
3 and 4, 7.
Oh shit.
7.
It's hydrate time. Motherfucker.
The one thing you do know, and that you do remember, is the practice of necromancy had been outlawed.
Oh, okay.
a very long time ago. You don't, with that role, you don't exactly know when, but necromancy was prevalent in the last war, not the one that Fraser Blue, what you heard, was a part of, but before that. The unification of Corvair, Carneth used undead as soldiers, and necromancy was a given and legal and not considered evil because it was protecting the country. Morals shaded, and by the by, that practice was then outlawed by Caius, the current king, Caius III, the current king of Carneth, who resides in Korth, and now necromancy is frowned upon, if not outlawed by many a country.
Yeah, okay. That's a lot for a second.
That's
because
in a nutshell, yeah.
I will remain asking the same question if you might know that.
He shakes his head and he says, I'm still learning about Corvair. I'm not quite sure of its history as much. We don't get told too much in our youth growing up. A little less educated, I will admit, than you may be about other civilizations.
You didn't see any of these symbols, or like you can feel its presence.
I can.
This isn't something you sensed when you were where the pentagram was?
No, it may have happened after, perhaps. But even in my stupor, and while I was, I believe I was drugged when I was sent to the warehouse, and there I lay. But even then, in fevered dreams of death and decay, I did feel it. I felt something. I didn't know it was this, but now it's familiar.
With this glyph or curse, whatever you want to call it, would it need a catalyst to activate? I just don't understand why you were there. And do you recall you floating in?
Barely, yes, but I do recall that. When I first went into this warehouse, into that secret room, I saw another that had been floating for, they say, for some time. But then they were sacrificed, and their bodies just piled onto the ground with the others.
Are you aware of any spells that may use people's life essence maybe to bring back, to power that glyph?
I don't know whether it was the bodies that powered it. I think there's a being somewhere that continues to power it that is alive. The bodies, perhaps, if the knowledge of the history of Carneth is to be believed, perhaps there is indeed someone who is trying to bring the soldiers back, like the glory days of Carneth.
You spent some time near one of those arseholes. What type of magic did he use?
Which specific asshole?
Like one of the captors of Mori's.
Okay. Can I roll an Arcana to see if I recall?
And you, while Rin and I went in... No, it was just me that went inside. No, you went inside too. While Rin and I went inside, did Devere say anything about the type of magic he uses?
No. He just took an opportunity to
23.
attack me.
Are you sure?
He did ask if I would like a rune etched on my hammer.
A rune?
Did he end up etching it?
No, he tried to hit me.
Hey, let me see your hammer. I want to make it better.
But I mean, he might have been lying to me too.
Is that type of magic usual? Like, is that... I don't know much about magic. Is that a typical school of magic?
I don't know.
What did I think it was?
It was, so you're trying to figure out which...
What's good?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll an Arcana?
If you want to as well. The one that did that, who was using?
Ben's character.
15.
Not this Ben, other Ben.
Oh, right now.
We didn't actually fight each
No,
other.
that's what Sheldon was checking. You're checking Promethean.
We didn't actually fight each other, but I did see him cast spells. So So I don't know if that's enough.
There was, if I recall, there was,
Breathe in if you're in the
I
chat.
believe,
tell us what
well, the spell. Well, you weren't there, or you were at the front, so you didn't see this exchange that Locke had in the moment. So you're not sure what spell that was, what that's described. In your mind, if someone's trying to etch a rune into a weapon, it could be of still any school of magic. It depends on the effect that is taking place. A rune is, though, a more perpetual, longer-lasting bit of magic that stays with a weapon and continues to power it. I believe it might have been either illusion or necromancy.
Could be illusion or necromancy, but going off all the zombies, probably necromancy.
I mean, hear me out. Big glyph. Little magic guy threatening to carve runes into something.
Makes sense.
I got a 15 for mine for Divya.
There was, I believe, a mention of like protection magic or evocation. You're not sure which, or something that would power it.
Yeah, I think Kailani's on the right track.
I just didn't have the. Can I roll him? No, I just don't. I don't see them having the skills to be able to do this kind of.
No, they had the skill to fool us all and run away with Mori.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was watching the other direction, doing epic stuff.
Well, a lesson learned
Not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that if you can.
to be divisive.
They have a
And-
similar style. Like there are other wayfarers who are more epic than me, but we all kind of have a vibe. The
Yeah.
hats are a big part of it.
What?
That's what I mean. I mean, like there's these guys.
Okay, this
Like
went really
I
well.
probably think they are, but I think we should do what you suggested and trace their steps back into a sewer entrance.
Well, how are you feeling?
I'm actually quite a bit better, thank you.
Is there something that you'd even want to take under task?
Oh, I'm ready. Oh yes, please.
This is kind of falling outside of your
Wheelhouse.
your duties. As
My
a
reasoning to be here.
Yeah.
I know, but I think it was just a bit of bad luck that I ended up in Karnath first. You know, a country that is steeped in dark history like this. But I'm fascinated by it, and I think by myself I wouldn't last very long. But if you'd have me, I think together I would be of some assistance with knowledge, perhaps, and also with assisting with my magics.
Forgive me for asking, but do you have a way to maybe disguise yourself?
I can. I can. If I have the right ingredients, I'd be able to. Yes.
I mean, yeah, I believe it was Locke's point earlier, if they were looking for you, it's probably not great to just stumble back in looking like yourself.
No, of course. I do have a way. I just need to perhaps go to a.
This will likely end in some form of combat.
He's got a giant crossbow.
I didn't. Oh, not the big one, which I really wanted, but I do have one. I can defend myself.
It's not about the size, it's about how you use it.
And the arrows you're shooting.
More very sage advice. I will. I can use a crossbow, and I can also cast some magics. I haven't demonstrated that yet to you. I thought I would not shock you too much with my ability. It's not. It's nothing to be. It's nothing to praise over. It's simply it's just a bit different from normal. I just didn't want to scare you. That's all.
I mean, if you want to learn a little bit more about the crossbow, that's something I can probably help you out with. Pretty good with a crossbow.
I would like that.
Great. It's one of the things I'm good at.
Have you ever heard of the Lady of Lips?
that's another thing. The person that cast the spell on me to shield me perhaps from others' divination did worship the Lady of Lips. They said, whenever they said something, they said, for the Lady of Lips. So they are certainly entwined in whatever that group is.
That person who cast the spell, did you smell that perfume smell when she was doing it?
There was a sweet smell, yes. There was a similar one to the warehouse, yes.
Is that not the body of the guard, Captain?
No.
You don't recall smelling that on him, no.
I say, yeah, I say we go. We should probably wake up Lila.
Well, you said in that western direction, it's like there's a few shops and whatnot. And you could smell metal.
Yes.
Is there a blacksmith in that area?
You know that there are a couple.
Yeah, there's a few.
What might be a good starting spot?
Yeah, great.
Alright, I guess we're going to.
I can go wake up Lila if you
Should
want.
we? She's just only she has only just really gone to bed, hasn't she?
You woke up and she was asleep, so you're not sure as to when she managed to get some
shake her
shower.
awake. I can just poke my head in, see if she's okay.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, are you working here in the bar? Have you heard of any rumors of anything in that particular area that was suspicious?
A lot of people talk a lot of shit. When you work in a tavern, like a lot of people are just standing there talking about, oh, how good am I did this thing. Or, oh, I heard this really crazy thing happening in another part of town. Like, it's a bunch of drunk people spinning stories a lot of the time. So, yeah, I mean, there's bad shit that's happened everywhere.
Any of it aligned with the situation that we're in?
The rumors you've overheard,
Let me just consult my god.
the one that sticks out to you more than others is House Jurasco. There were a lot of House Jurasco members, and there is the training hospital here in Vedica. So it's likely that wasn't that was simply a coincidence. Sorry, that there were people in the Stone Guard from House Jurasco. But the other part that's a little odd is the fact that there are what do you call it? There were the bodies of House Jurasco members that were just laying splayed out. So there were a fair few of them in that warehouse, in those well-known yellow robes. So it's the rumors or the things that did catch your ear are just the fact that there were more people from the Moror holds coming over, dwarves more specifically from House Jurasco, than usual. But you're not sure about if there was any particular what do you call it, like event or anything happening. But the fact that there were a few more than usual of these bodies in that warehouse was a bit unusual.
Okay. There's, some crazy amounts of bodies in that warehouse, some of which I don't think should have been there, but I feel like that was anything you guys could have picked up as well.
That would be the warehouses we just came from.
Yeah.
The night before. I mean,
Which I have very little desire to go back to, if I'm being perfectly honest, but if this just wraps us all up with a nice little bow before we move on, great.
yeah.
How's Lila?
As you go over to her,
Go over and
as you go over her and shake her.
I don't even want to shake her
Yeah.
to start with. I want to first look at her and see if it looks like someone that is like exhausted in a deep sleep, or someone that like you can tell maybe has had a few hours of sleep and is in like a lighter sleep maybe now.
Sure. As you go over and just have a look, she's
I know the difference with you.
she's asleep. She's not she's just tired. You can see that there are deep bags under her eyes, dark bags under her eyes. She's not stirring as you are all talking to each other, and that would indicate a fairly deep sleep.
I will like bob down in front of her. I'm just gonna say her name quite quietly just to see if I can gently wake her up.
Sure. She stirs and she opens her eyes gently, and she gives you this smile as she stretches a little.
Sorry to wake you up.
No, not at all.
How long have you been asleep for?
She half looks outside. Make a perception check while you are also looking out. Well, it's dawn. I would say 3 hours.
Okay, sounds like you need more sleep.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, look, if we're about to go traverse through potentially some sewers and fight a bunch of people, probably need to be fully rested.
Yes, I understand, but I'd prefer to be with you.
I understand, but also I would prefer you to live.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. Perhaps I can meet you. If you can send me a message, or I can send you a message. You can tell me where you are, and I can get maybe another couple of hours of shut-eye.
Can you track people? Like, do you have a
Yes.
locating spell of sorts?
Yes, which is what I was trying to do for Mori, but it didn't work.
Yeah, obviously. Duh. I'll give you something of mine, I guess. Yeah, sure. I'll just take out. Super not personal. No, I will take back the cloak from Mori that I gave him to
Nice.
borrow to sneak him out.
Yeah.
I will give her my cloak for now, which
Okay.
I rarely wear anyway.
Okay. Yep.
Guess use this to find us if we don't answer.
Okay. She takes it. She looks at it. She says, "Thank you. That will be enough. More than enough.
Great.
I'll be able to
I'm
find
gonna
you quite
I can
easily."
cut off some hair or something if that's less weird.
It's more weird, but no. It's part of the spell that would actually enhance it if you could. Just a small tuff.
Oh, right. Sure. Great. I pull out a dagger, cut a little bit of my hair off, right in the front, I guess, because that's where I've grabbed on my own body, and I hand it to her. And don't do anything weird with this. Like, don't cast any weird spells. Just it's strange. Anyway, I was kind of joking.
She gives a tired laugh and she says, I wouldn't dare."
Great. Rest well. And
I'll meet up with you all very soon.
Great. I'll walk back over to the others.
What'd you get for your perception?
22.
Oh, geez. Okay. Outside looks normal. You can see that the morning is starting to become brighter, though you do see in the distance with that check clouds forming up again. You anticipate that maybe a light snow is on the cards today. As well as that, the guards that are moving back and forth, though from the distance you were at before you went to the window, looked fine, looked like they were just passing by. Now they look a little more fervent, as though they are not panicked, but duly controlling the crowds and where they go. It looks like they are using a lot of direction. As they move, they're directing people away from the direction of the warehouse and also away from the direction of the keep. And you overhear that as well. You hear the guards not warning, but just cautioning people not to go near the warehouse district, for that's closed, the whole district, and also the keep or the citadel area. And so, though the townspeople seem curious about what's going on, they do heed the advice. From what you overhear, they accept it, and so they move away from where they were heading.
I'll just kind of like tap her in and point at it. Just be like, something must be going on outside. Happening at the warehouses.
Yep. The corpses.
Well, I mean, it's a quiet night. It's unusual that they're. Is this the first time that they started stirring, or has it been like this?
No, probably the first time.
Yeah. Only now they're redirecting the citizens.
So do we take advantage of that and go look at some of these areas while it's quiet, or do we go where the commotion is?
I mean, we're not going to be able to stop a horde of undead, so let the mercenaries deal with it.
And, if that original guard captain is down in that sewer hole, it might be
yes,
prudent to get there.
if he's still alive.
Yeah.
Let's go then.
Well, yeah, let's go, I guess.
Wait, are we getting paid for this?
No, I think we're doing this. Yeah, he'll pay us when we rescue him.
Maury's still paying us a daily wage, right?
I'm willing to.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
See?
Interesting. How many days has it been?
Yeah. How much gold? How
3.
much? Huh?
3.
And I was getting 56 silver a day.
Yes.
Okay, times that by 3. Thank
He
you.
nearly died like
For the purposes of this, he does produce, and he's honest to his word. He produces this at the start of each day.
Rin gets less.
No, I mean, come on now. I was pretty integral with like you saving your
Hey,
life, so I think
It's not my fault you didn't sign a contract.
What's the contract?
Exactly. Do better business.
Mori just shrugs and hands you 23 silver.
Oh, this is shit.
Hey, I had a full-time, like, working gig before this, and now it's burnt to the ground.
Oh, I negotiated like 150 gold for you
When?
just before.
I don't see it anywhere.
You gave it to her, didn't you?
Yeah.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
see this morning.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure I'm getting double paid for this.
I'm not getting paid anything.
Oh well.
Well, some of us have to have the goodness of our heart, don't we?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Didn't you swear
That
about
actually makes me
poverty?
feel better.
Something like that.
I'm not a paladin.
Oh.
He's a cleric. That's disrespectful.
Still
You
need
need to
money.
be even more devout than that. Anyway, never mind.
No. Gods demand money.
That's true.
Great. Let's make our way downtown, I would say.
Walking
Alright.
fast.
Faces pass.
Walking fast.
We're not homebound, however.
To stop the Black Parade. Let's go.
When I was.
You might want to bring that coat. It looks like it might be a bit cold later.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it might get sewer poo on it.
That's fine. I don't own it.
Can always wash
Another
it.
one.
That's a thing you can do also.
Mori prepares some rations that are in a cupboard in the kitchenette, and he puts dried cheese, not dried cheese, dried meats,
Dried cheese.
cheese, hard cheeses is what I was going to say. Some biscuits, some bread, and some dried fruit, all into his bag. So he has the equivalent of a couple of days' worth of rations for you, and he's carrying them in a backpack. And he lets you know of this so that you don't go hungry in case you don't get any food over the course of the day.
Is there any Durasco places to stop by on the way?
So where are you heading specifically? You're going to go...
I'm gonna go
Talkwell?
the direction that we saw everyone walking
Sure.
away from us, and towards any notable blacksmiths, I guess, in that
Yeah, in
general
the Talkwell.
direction.
Yeah, Trockle.
Okay, so if you're heading in that direction, on the way, you don't recall there being any specific holds of House Durasco. House Durasco's holds are near the Citadel, in Beer Mile, it's called. It's just next to the Citadel in the north.
If I don't know if I encounter any irreverence shops along the way, I would like to make a stop quickly.
Just shops in general, you mean, or
Any specific to I'm
House
chasing.
Durasco?
No, not necessarily House Durasco. I just assume they might have it on them. After more holy water afterwards.
Oh, okay. So you're just looking for holy water. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Cool, no worries.
Yeet! Yeet! Yeet!
Nice.
Just like Baldur's Gate. Throw it at everything.
Cool.
We get some grease too, please. And some
As-
matches.
So you gather your things and you head out, and as the door opens, you do understand the protections from weather.
Mori
as-
actually disguised himself or no?
You know, he needs to get ingredients to disguise himself, he said.
Oh.
He's
Oh, hang on, hang on.
We
hang
get
on.
the ingredients as well.
Hang on.
I've
Everyone,
just taken the cloak away from him and like, see you later, boy.
everyone do like a quick spin
Huddle.
around. Someone give me a scarf or something.
I
Anybody have a
gave
scarf?
my cloak away.
That's great. Do you have a scarf? That's pretty fair.
Is there a wall? Is there like a cupboard on this floor?
not on this floor, no. You'd assume maybe because Lila has changed in the last day or two that there might be one upstairs.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't steal her clothes.
Lila, I gotta steal some of your shit. I'm sorry. It's for the good of not dying.
All you see is sort of a grunt and a hand waving at you like, okay.
I don't know. I'm looking for like a scarf I can use.
Yeah, you find one. It's a lovely light green scarf.
Cool.
There's no like Airbnb complimentary warm clothing on a rack on the door.
No, you don't find any like that, no.
Okay.
Sorry, additional clothes.
2 stars.
Correct?
I'm gonna, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna just like, here, wrap this around your head, disguise your long hair and your pointy ears, wrap it kind of over your ears, and then it'll make you seem
Like a bandana.
yeah, like a bandana. It'll make you seem less.
Like a thief?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not all
That,
thieves wear
I'm gonna take a moment to take my pack off,
uh-huh.
and I'm gonna take out like a pair of specs. I'll give them to you, and then I'll rummage through. And I'll find like a little mini cloak, too. That's like a little half cloak. I look like I've got a little bit, like if you peeked in, a little bit of like the Salvation Army in there, where it's like just a bunch of random clothes in there.
Nice.
Could have just asked first.
Oh, that's cool.
You didn't let me finish my sentence after I said I gave my cloak away. There was gonna be like a but.
Thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
It should fit too. It's a little bit big for me.
Yo, Lila, we don't need your scarf.
Yeah.
I've got some vestments that I never wear.
Put these specs on.
By the time you're done, Mori doesn't look like Mori anymore. He looks like a very heavily laden, clothed citizen of Vedika. Elf, yes, because you can still see a little bit of his eyes, and you know him to be elf. But otherwise, you can hardly see his cloak anymore. His starry cloak he wears, or the blue cloak at least, that he brought with him. It's covered by another cloak. He looks like he's very well disguised. You wouldn't recognize him from walking down the street that he's different.
With one final thing. You have to pick a new name for yourself. Like an undercover name.
Why don't we just shorten it? We can call him M. Actually, no. I take that back. Don't call everyone M. Don't call him M. I'll get confused.
Rory.
Rory.
Raw dog.
They'll never know. Let's just call him Mo.
Mo. Mo?
Should it be something completely different from his actual name?
Mo is a completely different name.
That sounds like a nickname for Mori.
No, it's Mori versus Mo.
What about
Shortened.
less,
Mo's
less
different.
re.
It's not Mori. It's Mori.
Mo.
Less.
Do you want to pick a name?
Is he responding to Mo?
He's just looking expectantly at all of you, waiting for
not-
you to make something up.
You're not getting it. Your name's now Mo. You need to respond as though it's Mo.
No.
Hey, Mo.
I didn't know you had agreed on one.
Les, come here. Come here, Les.
He's not a dog.
We've confused him tremendously. When I say Mo, you say,
Money.
hey. Say, hello.
Okay.
I'm Mo. How can I help you?
Okay.
Hey, Mo.
Hey, is Mo something short?
Mo.
I tried to, but then someone talks over the top of me.
No, well, if that's Mo is an assertive person, you're going to have to work on that. Mo, come on, man.
Hello, I'm Mo. How can I help you?
Well done. You've got it. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's role play this.
Disguising ourselves
Very well.
one Mo at a time.
Oh, hey, how are you? What's your name?
I'm Mo.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
Your name, is that short for something?
Mori.
Yeah. See?
Oh no! I'm sorry. This will.
Morris. It's short for Morris.
Oh, it's Morris. Yes.
Named for your dwarven
Short
father.
for no problems.
Oh.
Named for your dwarven father.
Sometimes I wonder why I'm still
I'm
here.
I'm quite tall for a dwarf.
The
No,
money
I'm,
is good.
I simply jested. It is not short for anything. I'm simply Mo. I'm a citizen of Vedica.
MOE. Done.
Where's your family from?
Far away, you wouldn't know.
From the moral hold, you're half a dwarf. I'm your cousin. Let's go. Nobody's business why you're so tall.
Very well.
Wow.
I believe we've got this. What an adventure.
What's your parents' name?
Huh?
What's your parents' name?
I don't know. I'm an orphan.
Well,
There
who
we
wants
go.
to lead the way? I'll take up the rear.
I will lead with Mo. Mo. Hey Mo, let's go. And off we travel. I hope. And the companions follow me.
I'm gonna linger at the back and kind of just keep an eye on people as we pass and see if anyone like clocks Mori.
Okay.
But also looking, kind of just trying to look like someone that's not moving with too much purpose, that's just kind of moving throughout the streets to try and hear anything that might be a little bit fucking sus or, I don't know, interesting in general.
I actually
Like if two teenagers are having a mad breakup, I want to hear that too. Like
Nice.
anything of interest.
It's interesting when you're having a beer and someone's breaking up one table away.
I like the first dates better. They're funnier. So, do you like cheese?
Yes, I love cheese. Let me tell you all about
Was
my
that your
favorite
game on
types
your
of
first
cheese.
date? Big cheese date.
Yeah.
Make a perception check as you exit.
If I'm moving slower,
Yep.
can I do it with advantage?
No.
Oh, I look with my eyes all the time.
Fucking hell. Yeah, if I use my eyes every day.
What if I use a sense I don't normally? What if I'm like, tasting the environment?
Tasting the environment. Disadvantage.
It's a 12.
Little
A
dwarf
12?
snake
Yeah.
tongue.
But it's one off my lucky number.
Oh, okay. Well,
And it's
then.
one off Taylor Swift's lucky number.
Oh.
So really, it's smack bang in the middle of two lucky numbers.
Goodness.
Tell us
Yes.
what's lucky number.
13.
Wow.
One for each $1 billion.
She has way more billion
No.
dollars than that.
I don't think she does.
Surely.
As you exit Lila's rented home, you start to make your way back towards the center of town. You have to get there before you start to move away from there to the west, and you're looking for a couple of things. So you're looking for holy water, and
Surely you bless any old water. What? Like, surely any water you bless becomes holy water. You're a cleric.
you're.
How does one turn?
No, I'm not talking.
How does one make water into holy water? Is there some other ingredient? Are you adding holy to it? That's you.
That's a great question. Can I just get some water and fucking
Give it a bless.
prayer at it?
Just per
I
hour.
don't know. It makes sense to me without any knowledge of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. You the DM.
You're aware.
A wizard. Who's the damn?
Oh, right.
you are aware the
Who's
ability.
the DM?
The ability to conjure or produce holy water is required. The ingredients and the magical properties required are. Go on.
Yeah, 1 hour and 25 gold.
There you go.
That makes sense.
And the 25 gold is for?
It's just uses 25 gold worth of powdered silver.
Correct. So you have to get powdered silver worth 25 gold and sprinkle that over mundane water, and that will bless it.
Just walking along, blessing some water.
Well, yeah, I don't have any silver powder.
Mori,
Mind you, we'll be going to a potentially a blacksmith. Yeah.
Don't you have silver? Just crush it up.
Actually, if it's silver, you just throw it in a little pouch with some harder metals, and it'll make its own
Grind it
powder.
up.
Yeah. Just over time.
Mori agrees. He says, "Yes, that is."
I just don't know if I have the time to make the holy water.
That is in terms of magics and divinity. That is the worst of it. It is time. Yes.
Hey, what's the volume limit? Can you just make whatever's running through the sewers holy?
I mean, it does say water. I'm pretty sure. I'm assuming that
of
would
that
have to be.
Yeah, but if you stood
Some
in
of
a
the-
lake and you did that, like, is the whole lake then blessed?
And also,
like
some of that's water down there.
Well,
I believe it only produces a couple of ounces.
Oh,
Small flask, perhaps.
yeah, this is a small flask. I'm pretty sure.
There you go. Magic.
Oh, well, it was a good idea.
250
Holy
mils.
magic.
250 mils. Yeah, that's about a flask.
Yeah. No, I don't think it works that way.
Oh, well.
I'm not going to come and sprinkle silver on your diarrhea and call it holy water.
Well, you should be more devout.
You're right, maybe I'm not praying hard enough. Here, drink this, kids.
Whoa.
No, I'm never going to drink anything you hand me ever again.
Thankfully, Kailani, no one's following you. No one's checked and walked away quickly. No one looks suspicious. It's as though
No weird breakups happening in the street.
no breakups. It looks like a morning of, and you see this as well. You see the, what did you say you rolled?
12.
Yeah, you see the guards looking a little more cautious, looking side to side more, as though they're aware of activity that happened the night before. You notice more guards in the street than usual. Townsfolk being a bit more cautious, though that's about it. Otherwise, people are trying to make the best a day of it. They're selling their wares. They are moving carts back and forth to the marketplace, to the center of town. As you get to the center of town, you notice a couple of things. There are 3 caravans that are in the very center of the town. And above the caravans, being pulled by camels, 2 halflings are performing feats of spectacular acrobatics for townsfolk who want to see them. The halflings have arrived from the Talenta Plains, the troop that you had heard of, and they are particularly impressive with fire-breathing, cartwheels over thin rope that they've had over formed over the caravan. They're using the camels to, as you walk past and pause for a moment, you see they're using the camels to ride and then do handstands on the camels while the camel trots around this around the plaza.
Not the camels again.
These camels are particularly docile, though.
They're
probably
super evil.
they have been
All camels in D&D.
domesticated,
evil.
thankfully, but they're here, and people are in the moment. They're delighted. They're delighted to see such fanfare as what they're seeing at the moment, and they're throwing coins and they're throwing flowers into the center of the town in this coolness of the morning, where snow still is tucked over the top of rooftops. This is a beautiful sight.
Cool.
Awesome.
One of, just for the purpose of for now, one of relative peace, which is a lovely thing. And Mori is the last to walk past, and he is particularly impressed.
They spit out here.
He whispers, These are the halflings, and they're so small. Are they actually adults? Not children?
I look at them. Are they actually? There's no children here.
Watch it, bro.
No, but these are the halflings, yes?
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
They're kind of a little shorter than average. A little bit. Maybe by about, like that much? Maybe a head shorter than the right height, the average height.
Oh,
Are you okay?
What are you talking about?
I'm a dwarf.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, they're not that small.
I mean, I'm certainly not meaning to offend.
I'm just saying they're not.
Sometimes.
You're very broad of shoulder.
They're not noticeably small. They're
I
very
mean, it can be
reasonable.
taken as offense.
I mean, in the Talenta Plains, that is correct. That's average height, but you know, we're not there, so you're not average height.
I mean, okay, first of all, doesn't matter. Second of all, just, as a warning, making comments on someone's height can be considered offensive.
I'm so sorry. I don't know the culture. These are fully fledged halflings, and they are very impressive. I've just never seen halflings before.
Oh, I respect that, which is why I'm educating.
Oh, thank you. It's
Instead of-
education. Thank you.
To his unknown point, are there actually children halflings in there? Or are they adults?
As you look, you see another 3 adult halflings strut out and start their own twisting of ribbons and a show of color as they magically produce confetti in the air for the delight of the townsfolk. No, there are 5 adult halflings, 2 female, 3 male, who are putting on a great show.
I'll just whisper to him, yes, they're all adults.
He gives you this knowing nod and whispers, "Thank you." Well, I'm sorry to take up everyone's time. I'm just particularly entranced.
That's why you're here, to
No,
learn.
you're allowed to ask questions. That's why we're giving you answers.
Learn more about our way of life, Mo. Let's go.
Are they all just
Ooh.
participating in circus acts?
Yeah, that's all they're doing at the moment. They seem to be soaking in, because at the moment you see no fewer than 100 townsfolk stop what they're doing and look on. It looks like the show had just gotten started, and these halflings are jumping, spinning, tumbling, cartwheeling over each other, using hoops to perform feats of incredible acrobatics. They are very impressive.
Do I remember the name of the circus? Because I've seen them before. I think we spoke about this in another episode.
Yes. Hang on 2 seconds. Let me get back to you on that one.
Yeah, you're right. It's a shame that we're having to deal with this because they are quite good to watch. If you get the opportunity again, Mori. Or Mo.
Whatever you go by today, I guess.
No, we've got to keep his cover intact. Someone could overhear.
I mean, someone could disguise him pretty easily.
we did.
Maybe
very
a little
well
bit better.
No.
Circus.
Oh yeah.
He's got some,
No, we don't have time for that.
he's got some spectacles and a cloak.
Also, I feel like
I donated those.
I don't want to fight an undead circus of halflings, which I feel like will be a consequence of our dawdling.
All right.
It'll be a very intense fight. They'll be everywhere.
Be very athletic.
Yeah, they'll be doing flips and shit.
I don't know if that works the same way when they're undead.
I mean,
Anyway.
yeah, I wouldn't know, but
Alright, they'll be.
I feel like if you're being raised from the dead, maybe you keep your dexterity.
I don't know. I don't think the ones that we fought did.
Okay, well, if they're only doing double backflips
That's a
instead
fair point.
of quadruple for backflips,
Yeah, it's true. All right then. It sounds like we won't.
don't worry, we can come back and then I'm sure they'll do a marionette show about how epic we are and how we saved the village and whatnot.
Gosh, I hope not. Puppets are not cool.
Maybe a
We'll
jam.
make yours out of porcelain so it's especially lifelike.
Oh no.
No.
I hate puppets. Gross.
Hey, when they're done with the show, we can put it in a room to sit staring.
Yuck.
Just the talented troop, sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Yuck. That's unsettling.
Fine, we'll make it face the corner.
Do I recall if... Because most halflings from the Talenta Plains are usually nomadic, yeah?
Yes, they are.
Would I know if they had stuff to trade? Or just are they performing?
No, they could absolutely have things to trade as well. You can see that one of the halflings has stopped their revelry and has another caravan. One of the caravans is like an open market, and you can see that there are a few things that are Talenta Plain. What do you call it? From the Talenta Plains proper to sell. Flowers. There are flasks of Talenta Plain sands as well of different colours that people seem to be pretty happy with. You can see that there are scarves, headgear, saddles as well for things like long travel.
Do they have dinosaurs?
Do they have dinosaurs?
Yeah.
They have skulls as souvenirs. They've got dinosaur skulls,
All right.
but
a
not
little
actual pets. No,
No, right, dinosaur.
but they don't actually have the. They don't have the actual animals.
Yeah.
Camels killed them all.
Yeah. What's deadlier than a velociraptor?
All these fucking camels are also named Shireel.
Yeah. I'll just gesture to Mo.
Mm-hmm.
Is what you require over there, perhaps?
He looks a bit confused. What do you mean?
Your disguise stuff.
Oh, perhaps I can. Yes, and he hurries over, joining the line of about 5 people. He's at the back of the line of 5 people. They tend to move through that very quickly. It takes only about 2 minutes for them to get to him, and he exchanges some what looks to be magical related herbs and a flask of something, and they exchange coin. And he
Holy
comes.
water over there too.
Did you want to ask him before he left?
Yeah.
Yeah. He does come back with 2 flasks of holy water.
Solve that mystery.
What mystery? There wasn't a mystery.
Still, that will be invaluable.
Yeah. Appreciate that. That might save our lives.
Well, as lovely as this is, shall we make our way further?
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's still here when we get out, what a cool thing to do, I guess. Aside from the puppets.
I haven't seen any puppets yet.
Thank God for that.
We'll make yours without any eyes. It'll just have eye holes. That way, you won't have to make eye contact with it. You can just imagine that it's seeing. Onwards.
Somehow worse, but
Why? All right, you guys can figure out a better option than that.
Just none. No
Alright.
puppets is the best option, I would say.
I'm gonna wrap my cloak around my hand and just go. That's not very fun.
You're lucky I'm getting paid to be here.
Wow.
Onwards.
I'll chuck with that.
I guess while we walk,
Mm-hmm.
just talk through Mori how to crossbow.
Okay, lovely. Yes. Okay, and
Or
you,
like most effective crossbow tips I have.
cool. Okay. So as you continue to walk, you show him your crossbow, and he
Significantly smaller.
yeah. You look at things like the flight groove, the center part of the crossbow, the springs that are there, the latches, the barrel.
Through like loading bolts correctly.
Yep, the loading the bolt. You show him how to make sure the string is taut, and you show him the different types of limbs that come out of the left and the right.
Yeah.
His has a stock at the back as well, which provides a bit more stability to his, and you show him how to push that more
Is that
towards
heavy?
his. Yeah, heavy. Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
cool. Mine's just a hand. So
Yeah,
it'll
correct.
be a little bit different, but yeah.
Showing him the
But I am
correct.
proficient in all crossbows.
Perfect.
Aside from
And which
the
is
big
why-
fucking giant ones.
Yeah. Which is why we're pretty adept at showing him more specifically about about these parts. The way to hold it, the way to aim it. You can see the sight through, and how to you start to help him understand where to aim it for much longer range versus short range, and then if a wind picks up, where you do then start to understand where you are and what your surroundings are like. You were sort of lost in speech for a little time there. About 20 minutes pass, and you find a couple of things have occurred. The wind's picked up a little, and cloud cover starts to come over again. You hear what sounds like a distant bell, but you don't quite know from which direction. The wind is seemingly disguising the direction of this bell, which sounds like a metal on metal sort of ring to it. You also find yourselves surrounded by homes that look a little rougher than what you are used to in the rest of Vedica. These are almost shacks than actual wooden or stone homes. Thatched roofs. You wouldn't think they'd survive a snowstorm if not were for them to be so close together. It almost makes up a sturdy one-level hotel. There's very, very few alleyways between these, only the main roads. And snow starts to fall.
The bell ringing, is it... How's my bell knowledge? Is it like a...
That's my bell knowledge.
Like the,
It's not-
the traditional belling ring that's like...
One
hey,
time I had a pet parrot and it had a bell around its neck.
Or the militia.
It doesn't sound like the sound of the town bell, no. And you know what the sound of a town bell sounds like because of the ringing that happened when the Stone Guard was on fire.
Feed me.
The bell rung then of Vedica, but this is not it. This is the sound of someone as though they're blacksmithing, but it is loud.
Okay, so this is more like a hammering now.
Yeah, but that sort of ringing, that high pitched, like ping,
Yeah.
is somewhere, echoing down the alleyways here. You are now looking directly at a couple of homes, and then to your right, down the street a little, is a sign out the front of a store which is open that says the Silver Mall. Though the sound doesn't seem to be coming from there, that is an armory, which you know.
Just like... Mo, does this check out?
Does the door look familiar?
I didn't see the door, I'm sorry, but I've counted since the center of town, and we're at about 300 steps.
So another 36 to go.
That could be that could be the place, or maybe a
36 to walk through a door, though, maybe.
No, it was definitely at to the front of the home or the shop.
If I look further down the street, like 36 steps further down the street, is there another armory there?
Going the other way, or just down the street a bit more.
No, just continuing just the...
There are two more, one on the other side and one further down. One of them is called the Doppler's Blade, and the other's called the Shield and Bone. They all look fairly similar to each other, as though there's one owner for the three. And because the signs look quite familiar, or quite similar, sorry, they all look like an arch where metal, like horseshoes, have been cut and then remade into letters that depict these titles.
Can I wander past each of them just on the street? I'm rolling a Arcana check. Can I see anything that indicates an air of necromantic energy coming out of it? It's hidden runes, symbols to people walking outside who would know.
Yeah,
I know about hidden temples. so-
sure. Make yourself an Arcana check as you walk down.
That felt like a good.
23.
Whoa, my guy.
Great.
Making my way downtown
You-
to the armory.
You watch.
36 steps.
You all watch as as
And
Ivor
Arcana.
walks down the street, and as you watch him, you take stock of the weaponsmiths and armorsmiths in this street. There are a couple of visitors, a couple of customers per shop. These shops, the Silver Mall and the Doppler's Blade, are open stalls that look like they have the private home behind, and then the wares out in front on a table over a tablecloth of sack. And you watch as there's indication of a coin being exchanged, hammers, knives, swords being exchanged as well, mostly by the city guard, but some with citizens. As you walk to the Doppler's Blade, you notice this is a specialty, a specialist shop that only sells swords, but my goodness, the quality in here looks quite amazing. Or looking at it, you know that some of these swords are made from other materials and not just from steel. You notice that there are sheens that might depict magical swords that these are selling, though the prices are very steep for what they are advertised to do. You see names of some of these swords, so they've been named as well. Though both of the first two shops don't look particularly devious, they look like honest shops. It's when you go to the Shield and Bone that you notice that with that roll, looking in, from the title, from the name of the shop,
Bone.
you see shields, you see armor, and a lot of them are made from metal, but some of them are made from animal bone, from leather, from chitin, so insect skin, dried. You also notice some other. You just spy behind a lot of this. There's another type of armor that looks like it's a bit unusual looking. It's grey and pale, and it looks like it's been set into a breastplate, though this material is a bit unknown to you. It just looks a little off.
I suggest we search this place called the Skull and Bone first.
Shield and Bone.
Shield and Bone first.
Skull and Bone.
It says Shield on the side. Don't know how I got that wrong. The Shield and Bone. One, because bone sounds necromancy-ish. And also there's some weird grey armour in the back that's just giving off necromancy-ish vibes. Also, it's in the right spot.
Could you describe like a necromancy vibe?
Remember that doll I was telling you about?
Yep.
You know that feeling you get?
Yeah.
Yeah, that feeling.
Okay, so fear.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'll remember that anytime I experience fear, it must be necromancy.
Yeah.
Well, you're closer to it than you would otherwise be, most likely.
Right.
No, it's grey and evil looking. And it makes me tingle in my wizard bits about, like, what it is. I can just tell.
This is why magic users confuse me. Like, no offense, but that's a really weird thing to say.
Nice for a wizard. So should we check it out?
I'm going to take 36 steps forward
Makes me tingle in my wizard bits.
to
Fingertips, ears.
Ivor and just double check that that's the right distance.
Counting the steps,
Nah.
it is.
Can I see what he's pointed out?
Yes, you can see a breastplate behind a lot of other bits of armor on a shelf, and it reminds you of many layers of skin.
Ew.
Though now looking in, you don't see a shop owner. No one occupies this shop. It's within a home. It's the door is slightly open. The sign says open. They're looking into this home, which now smells a bit musty. There's no one occupying it.
Okay, before we all head in, who's good at finding stuff?
Just check in the other store and ask about. They're all neighbouring blacksmiths, aren't they?
They kind of are, yeah. Only a couple of homes between them.
Ask them about this blacksmith.
Well, we could just go in and we can chat to whoever owns the place. Like, two of us can stand there and distract him with or her, or they, with conversation, and the other two can go snooping around, find some sort of a trapdoor or something.
Sounds like you're up.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. I mean, this is a store, so there's nothing suspicious about customers coming in.
That's what I mean. I'll go in, I'll ask some questions. You can
Is
ask if there's any post to deliver.
there anything that we're actually specifically looking for?
A hole in the ground.
No, I mean just so we can buy something.
Oh, right.
Oh, well, there's armor in there. I'll just go ask about it.
Yeah.
You could say that you've been sent by the Wayfarers to source something for a client.
Yeah. And also, like,
Pink leathery skin armor.
yeah, well.
Well, I mean, they don't ask questions, do they? They
No,
just
they
get paid.
I don't give a fuck. And also, we need like 50 gold worth.
You've
of...
gone from like morally okay to like, I don't give a fuck. Puppets with no eyes. Like,
No, there's nothing morally ambiguous about that. I was just poking fun. And what postman who is... It's not good postman morals to go through people's mail.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so I'm morally sound.
I could
We
be a
need-
bodyguard.
Yeah. A mercenary hired to guard me on these dangerous
I'm
roads.
strong. Why are you laughing, Mo? Jeez.
But we need powdered silver. So we will actually get 50 gold worth of powdered silver.
Yeah.
And actually purchasing that silver will take a lot of the heat off us. Yeah.
I could always use more holy water.
Yeah, I'm sure. Probably real soon.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Cool. We'll go in together. You go for a little snoop. Dog.
And at that point, we're going to take a 10-minute break
Shit.
as the team go into the shield and yes,
Wow, young.
shield and bone. Correct. We'll take 10 minutes. We'll be back
To the
shortly,
bone zone.
everyone, and we'll finish off the evening with this bunch of misfits. Be right back, everyone.
Hey, we fit in together.
Goodbye.
Part.
We're going to take the quickest 10-minute break.
Oh,
That
Roll the damage! I've waited this long!
So I'm rolling the damage and not fudging at all, so let's see what happens.
Oh, no!
Wrong one, other round?
oh, jeez.
They're calling for a cliffhanger.
Well, he'll roll it. And then
Oh my god, stop rolling! Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see how much damage Amara gets after we come back from a 10-minute break.
I hate this game.
We'll see everybody in 10 minutes.
And I rolled a 20, 25 for
Okay.
stealth check. 25.
Okay.
Oh! Oh, that's a bad laugh.
That's bad.
It's a bad laugh. That's a wheeze.
Is that a
It's
nat
an
20?
evil wheeze.
18 for me. Is that a nat 20?
So you all start walking
18.
down. I'm just
Hold on a second.
gonna leave my hands like this for a moment.
Stop flexing your muscles.
The team is happy. It's all bad.
As Amara starts to race towards Rook, you have just been handed the potion. And you saw Amara then just disappear. As you turned to attempt to uncork it and hand it to Osei, the battle's over. And with that swift motion, you look down, and the twitching has stopped. And in front of you, smoke coming out of the body of Osei, now still.
Do I see this?
Yeah.
Thorum! Thorum, help her!
I'm gonna walk on over and look down at her. How's she look? Is there any sign of life?
Make a medicine check.
How's she look? Dead.
That's a nat 1.
After the last question he asked, I pull into the rucksack from the back and present a cup. And I say to it, "This is King Boronel's personal possession.
After 53 sessions! Michaela looks like he's gonna cry.
You may if you want."
Sorry, continue.
For anyone who doesn't know, it's taken 53 sessions for Ben to know how to say King Boronel. That is going on TikTok later.
I was clapping because you had components ready.
I'd be just trying to keep next to Rook, trying to grab his hand and
Mm-hmm.
just, hey,
Dash, I
What is it?
Come here.
What happened?
You look really good right now.
Thank you. No one's ever really taken notice, but now's not the time, I think.
There's always a time for love.
Welcome back.
By far the weirdest way to start a stream. We should have called this ASMR cheese eating.
As you look upon this beast, wind buffer the red scales, blind every haze. The dragon attacks all around you. Birds fly away. Make your attack.
Oh yeah, he fucked up.
Charlie's into to Rook and says, look, this is getting a bit corny.
Oh, dance again, quick!
It's Aaron Cochran. That's
I'm gonna transform.
Got a massage it.
Puts the lotion on its skin.
We're lotioning.
Oh no! This is very uncomfortable. I'm glad I did.
Shake off the excess.
Shake it all off.
That was wonderful.
Very
I
moist.
have nightmares tonight.
I'm not good with words. But I think when I think back to everything that I've done since like day one with these motherfuckers, like you were there always. And you were like the only one that actually listened to me for a really long time. So, duh. Of course I got like all feelsy and stuff. And then Dench came along. God. I was so jealous. So fucking jealous. I don't think it's fair to tell you how I feel if I don't get to stay. That would be cruel. But I think you know.
Well, Amara, I love you. And I will wear the cruelty because I think it is worth it. It's worth every moment we've had, and it is every memory.
Mara's just gonna be like, not of lava, but single tear. And she's just gonna be like, I love you too. I'm sorry I didn't say it.
It's Aaron Cochran. That's yeah.
Can you do that again?
I will not do that. It's that you're trying to bandage up gaping holes in his chest. And
I got you, buddy.
you kind of now realize that your initial investigation of his body reveals that his head is missing.
I thought I had him there, guys.
Tell us the things you're going to tell us.
Okay.
And maybe we'll let you live.
Yeah, if it's
Are you lying?
I'll actually laugh. Like in character.
Are your shoulders like that?
It comes out exactly like that.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
You have feathers in your hand of this Pegasus.
Do we see the children?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna try and catch the children.
All right. They're moving very quickly. So what's your flying speed?
My flying speed full is 60 feet.
Okay. 60 feet. Okay. They are falling a bit faster, but you can attempt to.
Is our first kill in the campaign 2 innocent children?
And as you get closer, you see lives. And this cage that it now looks like it is so packed with corpses, squished together. As you get a closer look, this symbol is depicting two companies or houses, but they are together. They're on the same bit of metal. They depict the house that your parents are working in. And they depict the symbol on the other side of House Tarot.
Oh, fuck you.
And we're gonna end that. And we're gonna end that tonight. And that's it. That's it, everybody. We're gonna take the quickest 10-minute break.
Oh,
that
no! Roll the damage! I've waited this long!
All right, I'm rolling the damage and not fudging at all, so let's see what happens.
Oh, no!
One other round?
Oh, gee.
You said in.
In.
In it.
Welcome back, everyone. Amazing. So,
I don't know why I found that so funny, but I do.
as we move back into the scene, are you going in any particular order into this home?
I feel like you should be last. So you're gonna come in hopefully after us, and
Doesn't matter.
so I feel like there's 3 of us first. Yeah? No?
Let's do it.
Maybe we do that awkward
Perfect
thing
for
where
me.
we both get stuck in the doorway.
Sorry.
No, please, after you.
Yeah,
no,
no,
after
you
you. No,
What's
yeah.
the matter with you?
Yeah, I'm also here to buy the armor.
Okay, well, cover blown.
All right. So in no particular order, you move
But
into
except
the room.
for Jordan last.
Who?
Yeah.
Rin, you're last into the room,
Last Rin.
and Mo is just in front of you, intent on playing the part, and he looks around the room as though he's looking for weapons, armor. You distinctly, as soon as you enter the room, into this home, you see a couple of things. You see rows of armor, as you saw from outside. There's not a bell that would indicate someone entering or exiting the home as a shop would have. It's just a slide, like an open and shut door. You notice that there is a counter, though that is also not being seen to by anyone. And as you go from row to row, looking through tables of shields and hanging armor, you eventually get to 2 things. The first is, from outside you didn't notice, but there is a stink in this home. One of something old. something dusty. It's just this dusty, unused place, as though no one's been in here for a time. And then you notice this first, Kailani, as you walk more towards this odd-looking piece of armor that hanging on behind one of these leathers is not just this skin-like armor, but there's a person within. And their head is crooked, as though it's been broken.
So they definitely look dead.
This human male has just this white face and what looks to be being dead for some time.
How are they suspended?
They're suspended from this
Like, is it a rope
heavy
or a
metal hook, but from behind,
like embedded within their body, or
within the back. Now that you've seen, yeah.
how's it attached to the ceiling?
It's not to a ceiling. It's to this bar that is almost like a coat hanger, like so. This cupboard, or this row of leather armor, metal armor, bone armor. He's just one in the line.
I'm gonna take out my dagger, and with the blunt side, just go give a little tap on the leg or whatever I can reach.
Okay.
Just to see if there's, knowing that we've been around necromancy.
Yep.
Just want to double check that this isn't some sort of an undead being.
Okay.
That there's not a reaction.
Sure. A couple of things happen at once. As you tap this person.
Yeah, not like.
Yeah, you just tap it. Where?
Probably like on the shin.
Oh, on the shin. Okay. You tap and you can see you can hear a bit of creaking of metal as the body moves back and forth slightly.
No reaction.
No reaction. Dead eyes look back at you.
Open or close?
Open, looking up, a tongue lolling out. Flies on the tongue.
Well, that is insanely creepy.
You then realize that there's some commotion happening back outside as you've only been here for a minute or two. There's that distant ringing gets a little closer. That blacksmithing sound. Though this area looked a little empty instead of the instead of the rest of the town, you do start to hear distant people shouting.
Poke. If there's a window, can peek outside.
There is a front window looking out side to side. You don't see anything.
I'm just gonna walk outside.
Okay, well,
Not there for so long.
Hello, shopkeep.
You're asking within?
Gonna yell it out.
Okay. A slight rumbling beneath you. You look down. The ground seems to shake once and then stop.
Cool.
Shake once and then stop. It's a wooden floor and it's rotten. And you can see drips of human have rotted beneath this body.
Well, I'm going to stand where the nails are hammered into the floorboards. Because that's where the beams are.
Do I feel that if I walked outside?
The tremors?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. It's a little and then stop. A little and then stop. But the tremors do seem to be getting slightly heavier.
Do I feel like this is someone casting thaumaturgy?
It's not the same.
It's not the same. Okay.
No, these are simply tremors that appear beneath your feet and not within the air itself like magic. Mori looks utterly concerned and he looks around as he's with you now. We've had... It feels like footsteps.
Is this... sorry, I think I already asked. It's not happening because I've come back outside onto what I...
Into the street.
To the street or patio,
Yep.
whatever it is.
Yep.
Do I see any of the other shop people or anything coming out the front to kind of
Yes,
hear that?
people now are starting to come outside to see what's going on.
That sound, is that... Did we not hear a similar bell in the... I know you said it was like a hammering and a bell. Is it something similar to what we heard in the crypt? In the...
Yeah, it was.
In the warehouse hunting?
Yes.
It is. Huh?
Yes.
I know
A similar keening sound.
Yeah.
You suddenly see a shape looming over a home a couple of streets away.
Jeez.
This shape is large. It's made of what looks to be, from where your vantage point is, as it starts to snow, it simply looks like it's made of spikes. It's silent, but you do now see that it is the cause of these tremors, because you see it rise over the top of a roof slightly, and then as it falls, a tremor.
Is that its head, or...?
It's hard to tell from this distance.
We're inside.
What are you guys doing? Yeah.
That keening sound is getting closer as well.
Something's outside, and it looks like we're about to be in a lot of trouble.
Okay, just be 1 minute. I'm gonna...
Is there screaming coming from anywhere now?
Make a perception check.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna quickly make my way over to this dead person and attempt to rummage through their pockets for
Sure.
some sort of identification or something like
Make an
that.
investigation check.
Great.
Because from where I can see, would it be safe for me to assume that it's in the city?
Oh yeah, it's only a couple of streets away. This thing, yeah, in more of a main thoroughfare. But no, it has appeared where you've already passed.
Yeah.
17.
A 17. As you rummage through, you see a couple of things. The back of its neck has a symbol tattooed on the skin.
Mm-hmm.
It's red, and it's a depiction of
Lady
lips with a dagger within.
Yeah, great.
You also notice that this being has no fewer than about 220 gold pieces on his person as well. In several pouches along his belt.
I'm not going to take them.
Cool. Otherwise, there are no notes, although there is one note you find with that roll, yes. Do you want to take it out and have a look?
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
You have essentially two words that seem to be a dried ink.
Mm-hmm.
And in this cursive, this beautiful cursive, really neat, though not depicted on a line, but very, very straight, simply saying, "You failed."
Ooh. I'm going to keep it.
And then another tremor.
We keep the note, pocket it.
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone else is not being so concerned about this.
Yeah, I'm going to come out.
What'd you get for that perception roll?
19.
Yeah, you do hear now some screams are now starting to emanate through.
Can I roll a perception? Is it heading toward us or just rampaging vaguely?
Vaguely, you don't know. You can see it now. It doesn't look like it's heading directly towards you. It looks like it's paused. And you hear crunching.
Why do I feel like this is the fucking Rat King out of Last of Us 2?
You hear crunching as you hear metal on wood breaking.
This could be unrelated. Just saying.
Okay, great. Are we going to head towards the danger?
I feel like that's above our pay grade. Maybe we should.
Yeah, where's the guard?
Yeah. Where is the guard? Can we hear them
mustering
to get smacked down? For like
You can make your own.
2 days.
You can make your own perception check to see whether or to hear if you do hear him.
14.
A 14? No. The snow is falling and there's a bit of a wind. It's whistling past the alleyway. You don't know if the guards have been called or if they're there.
Can I hear that as well with my?
Yes. Yeah.
So I can't hear anything.
No.
Maybe we should go fight this thing because all the guards are stuck down in the warehouses where we sent them.
Well, I mean, we could at least make our way within not an attackable proximity, but closer to kind of suss it out a little better.
Seems like a good idea. We can always come back here if we need
Yeah,
to
well,
go.
we can always run.
Yeah.
You want to check anything outside the armory?
No, there's a big spike man there, so.
There's only full plate now.
You can make your own investigation check if you want to look in.
Yeah, like. Sorry, no one was concerned, so time for me not to be concerned.
I need to check out myself. Investigate. 20.
A 20. Okay. So you're all watching as this spiked large thing that is a few streets away does start to come closer to you, and the tremors continue as these footfalls occur. Though not a massive creature, this thing is still large by nature, but you just can't tell from this distance what it is, because it just looks like spikes, because you can only see it over the first story of rooftops. Though it is taller than a one-story building at least. It doesn't beeline it to you. It just seems to stop outside of another place. It could be a shop or a home, and crunch. You hear this as not from its mouth, but from maybe a limb tearing through a house, and pausing for a moment, and then continuing on, moving its arm in that pause, and then continuing. What'd you get?
20.
A 20. You do find a couple of sets of armor. You're looking specifically for heavy armor.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of heavy armor?
Like it is kind of urgent.
The non-skin variety.
Yeah. Anything that would resemble like full plate mail, which is something that's a lot heavier than what I've got on currently.
What have you got on now?
It's breastplate, I think it is.
Cotton.
Cotton.
Yeah.
You've got breastplate?
Yeah.
So you find half plate. It's still medium. You find ring mail. But ring mail is the only one you find. It does look like there is a teal looking slickness to it. It's actually quite slippery. It's not easy to actually pick up. There's a something on it that almost prevents you from picking up this item.
It's goo.
It's almost gooey, yeah.
Actually,
fruit salad.
Sorry, one sec.
Is that ringmail armor? Is that the grey set of armor that we were inspecting earlier?
No, different.
I would not bother with it because I get the feeling it doesn't actually protect me better than my current armor.
I'm pretty sure there's plate mail over there in the corner, man. It's got some dead guy in it, but we can hose that out. All armor's had some dead guy in it at some point, really. Unless it's like the first time you're ever getting it.
He is wearing chainmail.
Super easy to hose out.
Well, there's little ringlets.
Well, that was the ring mail. That was the one that's gooey. And the other one that the human is within is
Also
chainmail.
gooey for a different reason.
Differently gooey. Chainmail's better than ringmail, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's double the ring.
I don't see the effort of managing to do that. So whatever. Cool.
So no go?
No.
Okay.
We'll come back in a few months. Job will do itself for us.
All right. As you dismiss the chain, you start. Mori says, "Well, we're going to see what this thing wants." As the keening.
I think I know what it wants.
What does it want?
To destroy the city.
It's very particular about what it's doing, though. It doesn't seem to be just stamping on roofs. We better get a closer look.
I think, yeah, one way to find out. Let's get a little bit closer.
As you move closer,
Making our way uptown.
Yep, as you move closer past alleyways, you get a better look at this creature. You're now in a more wider road where there look to be some other sort of homes, some double stories that this thing now is moving towards you. This thing is about 3 times your height. It's much, much wider than it's about the size of, and you've been on one. It's about the size of the first part of the lightning rail in terms of sheer weight. It's made fully of metal. It has spikes coming out of every part of its body, as though it's made partly of it. You can see that this thing is all rusted through, but it has shields on it, it has swords, it has other weapons that seem to have been either stuck within, or some of these blades are pointing outward as well, as though a bit of defense. It has almost like a bug-looking face with glowing green eyes. These massive 2 claws coming out of its arms that are on either side. And it's dragging what looks to be an impaled body that's still bleeding. You can see on its back, through a lot of these weapons, a lot of these spikes, bodies. And you can see that just completely nonchalantly, this creature takes the body that it's dragging and moves it up, and you can hear creaking, and it impales it on another spike.
Gross. It is the Rat King.
What? Is there any consistency to who are they guards in particular? Are they
No colours of certain houses.
Yeah.
No one. There's no particular. You can't discern if this thing is targeting any particular body or person, although it seems to be completely ignoring the arrows that are being fired from bows, the bolts that are being fired from the guards that are now starting to surround this creature, and the strikes of swords that are on this creature's shins. It seems to be ignoring all of them, and it doesn't even seem to be trying to defend itself. It just seems to be moving forward. If it stamps on a guard that gets unluckily in the way, this guard in particular, it goes straight through it, and the guard is impaled on a spike that's jutting out of this creature's knee, and this guard yells in pain and is just shakes as it dies, and this creature just grabs it, hovers it over, and then sticks it onto another spike. It has no fewer than 20 bodies, and it's looking for more.
Are guards like freaking out around it, or no?
More are coming, but none of them are getting any closer as they see that spectacle of horror. This thing is blinded by simply collecting. This thing is just grabbing, and it shears through another building, and you can see it reaches in and takes up what looks to be another body, where this body seems to have just been left there.
Hey, Mo, you ever heard or seen anything like this? This feels a little crazy.
Mori just looks up in utter shock and says, I don't know what to make of it. It is arcane by nature, certainly. It doesn't seem to be affected by these strikes. I'm not sure what to make of it.
Looking at what we're looking at, I'm assuming the guard don't yield magical weapons.
As far as you can see, they don't seem to be.
I should probably ask this first. Would I have an understanding that some creatures are not affected by?
Yes, you do have an understanding absolutely that a lot of creatures are resistant or even immune to weapons that don't have any magical properties to them.
When it reached into a building and grabbed the body, I don't know how far away is it, but did the body that it grabbed out of the building look like it had been dead for a while, similar to the one in...
Yeah.
Is there a wheelbarrow or cart or something nearby?
There are plenty, yes. This keening, by the way, this blacksmithing sound is getting closer again. What would you like to do with that knowledge?
Well, somebody give me a hand with this asshole on the hook.
Yeah, I'll come over and grab it.
Having noticed that it's grabbing already dead bodies out of buildings, see if I can get this body off the hook.
Which one?
The one that's in the shield and bone.
Oh, you want to go back and you want to go back, get this body, okay, yeah.
And chuck it in a wheelbarrow-y cart thing that's around.
Yep. Okay.
Run away.
What are you two doing while these two are busy?
Is anyone following it that's A, carrying a bell, or B, like, not looking bothered by this creature? Not looking bothered by this creature. Looking out for literally anything that could be controlling or manipulating or influencing.
You can make a perception check, and I'll also get you all to go into Owlbear Rodeo if you'd like to have a look and see what this creature is actually looking like and doing, and where you are, as everyone now can see.
Hopefully.
Chat can see.
All right.
And make a perception check as well, as you both put the body into a cart that is happily wielded by one, and you quickly are dashing back towards this creature.
I'm going to point my finger at it and use my message cantrip.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, what the hell are you? And what do you want? Go from the city before we... I don't know.
Oh, my name's Greg.
Before we solder you. We weld you to a post.
All right. So as you ask that question and threaten it, I need you to make an intimidation check.
Yeah, get intimidated by my...
This creature now starts to move a little more towards you.
Oh, that's a 9.
A 9? Okay.
I just refreshed the thing that was already up from last time.
If you search in our chat, in the horn, and just type in Owlbear, it should come up.
As you look towards this creature, Ivor, there's no discernible understanding from this creature. It looks completely mindless. It looks like it, for the purposes of what this thing is, it looks like it is unable to understand or speak as far as you're aware, and does not react.
17 for perception also.
Looking around, there's no one that you can see hiding behind any of these buildings that seem to be controlling it. No.
No one looking literally just unbothered by this thing?
No, everyone around you that you can see look horrified, or a lot of these townsfolk that were in these buildings have now fled.
Right.
Although there are two things that happen at once. Firstly, this creature turns towards all of you, and the one thing it does do is almost breathe out. But what appears is this acrid, rusty smoke that envelops you. Before you do, I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw.
Are we there as well?
Yeah, you're back. Yep. You've got this body.
Oh.
What was I rolling again? Sorry?
Constitution.
saving.
It's not good.
18.
Mm-hmm.
6.
15.
4.
Okay. And Mori.
Jeez.
I would inhale this.
Mori passes. Okay. Who rolled under a 14?
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled an 18.
Oh, nice.
18 and 15, yeah? Okay. So you rolled under.
Yeah.
And you rolled under. So Ivor and Rin, you both feel this this almost like sand that's been billowed on top of you, but it's biting. And there are so many sensations of cutting in your skin. You go into shock and you just cannot move at all. You both are fine as you just quickly shake this sandiness, this sandy smoke off your skin. You are now and sorry, just before we go into initiative, you also notice this keening, this hammering become louder and louder as suddenly, at the other end of this street, you hear this, "Oi! Can you just wait? Distract him. Yes, good. Just as you're doing, good." And you see 3 dwarves that seem to be coming down and pulling what looks to be an anvil, where this one dwarf is hammering something golden and sparking, as sparks going in every direction, especially on him. And they just pulling this thing on a small cart towards you, with two wheels. This thing comes down the street,
Look at Ivor.
pulled by these 2 folk. There.
You know these bozos?
Do I recognize these bozos?
They look like they are distinctly wearing House Jurasco clothing. But
do I recognize these
yeah,
assholes?
you don't recognize them by name, no. And you haven't actually seen them around in town, no. Not from this distance anyway. One of them looks particularly larger than the others, and he's the one that seems to be formulating this something on this anvil that's been pulled by a small cart by these 2. You call them younger dwarves, but they still have sinewy, massive arms, old-looking, wrinkled skin with long beards. The one that's at the hammer and anvil looks like he's older with this whitish grey beard, but he's got this helmet with horns coming up from him. More particularly, Wayfarer Ivor, there's another aspect to them that you recognize. It's one of the Marul holds. It's an emblem of a silver bright hammer with golden inlay, which is which depicts a citizen of the Marul holds.
At what point in history did it? The current citizen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And this dwarf is just hammering fervently at this thing, and he's the one that yelled at you. Please, just distract him for a bit, and then we'll help out soon. Okay. Get in there as well. And he points to these other 2 dwarves who stop pulling this and start moving. And now I need to have everyone to make an initiative roll, please.
Oh, why do I always roll shit at initiative?
A 10. Not a 10?
A 6.
That's 1.
Nice. Gross.
Not bad that it might be.
19.
Just a small town dwarf.
What did you get, Rin?
That 1.
It's a regular sized.
So Lock 19, Ivor 10, Kalani 6, Rin 1.
This is going well.
It's already like we're already losing. Nothing's happened yet. I feel like we're gonna get stomped.
I'm sick of being stomped. Fuck.
As you...
Why is Michele always stomping us?
Just ones that I'd like to go
This is like stomp the yard.
through a city.
This creature, though it seems mindless, had breathed on you this acrid smoke. Half of you are now paralyzed or
Did I
considered
get to
paralyzed.
yeet after?
Yes, you absolutely do. This thing is actually 5, 10, 15, 20. It's actually up here instead. Apologies. So he starts
behind the house or in front of? Because it's on top of it at the moment.
Oh, no, that's a rock. Okay, so as you...
It took me a moment. I was like, nope, definitely a house.
That's cool. As you watch, this creature doesn't seem to pay any attention to the dwarves behind and seems to be heading towards you. You're good?
I don't know if yours is the same, but I think our map is positioned wrong compared to what's on the actual chat screen.
Weird.
Oh, it is. That makes more sense.
Because on mine, that thing's actually on top of the house.
Oh yeah.
And the other people are on top of the house as well. I got a bunch of green squares on.
Yeah.
Yucky.
No, just refresh.
Just
Should fix
refresh.
itself.
Refresh is good. Icky.
Everybody refresh.
Like a lung. Magic robot dust.
Oh wait, no. It immediately fucking yeeted itself back into the wrong position.
Well, theater of
That's alright.
theater of the mind.
I'll just look at the little chat screen.
Look at the little chat screen.
It's similar, it's just we're on top of the house, that's all.
Yeah, that's what we're getting.
Oh, I see. Okay. Something wrong. Very good. Something wrong. Okay.
It makes more sense if you're the viewer, though, so that's all that matters.
That's alright. I'll just look at this.
Yeah,
little
we
thing.
don't fucking matter. It's great. This is perfect.
Of course.
That was not satire. That was absolutely how I felt.
Well, I'll see if I can fix that and refresh my own page. Perhaps that will help. In the meantime, if you can see yourselves in the chat, this creature moves. It will be rolling randomly and seeing in which direction it will go. So.
Oh. Not ye old fate.
So 50 and so I'm rolling in D100. 50 and under go towards you.
Fate's
50
gripping us again.
over to them.
Should do promotional gear for Fate's grip, but they're like grip ball.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Grip ball? You ever play grip ball?
What's grip ball?
Grip ball.
Grip ball, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying gripple. Was it nipple?
Yeah, like one word. Like,
Yeah.
Griffle's Jamiroquai's band.
Yeah.
Oh God. Jeez. Okay. As you watch this creature, just stands for a moment, and then you see a hand move towards his chest, where this appears to be this bluish rune. As he touches it, it sparks, and as it does, you notice that the bodies on his back in spikes that are already dead start to shift and rattle. And as you watch, six ghostly images sprout out of 6 bodies and form in a general line directly in front of you. So I'm just going to have to put 6 of these things because I rolled a d6.
fucking sick.
I've seen this move before. There's like a 60% chance those aren't real.
Just in character, Alex.
What?
That's in character. I pulled the same move at the end. You conjure up a bunch of guys, they look scary. Nobody wants to
It's all
fuck.
just an illusion.
Nobody wants to fuck with that.
All right. So with that, that's all that creature will be doing. Now I'm going to just roll initiative for those things. Okay, they're going to go second last. Thanks, Rin.
Just before Rin.
Locke, you're up. As you see these wispy spirits now forming some sort of block between you and this creature.
Yeah, cool. 20-foot radius. Twenty-foot radius is a circle, isn't it? Of 20 by 20. Is that right? If it's 20-foot radius.
40-foot diameter.
In total.
5, 10, 15, 20. So 4 to your left and 4 to your right.
I'll try and get the big dude too.
With that, you will up. Oh, I see. Are you moving anywhere in particular?
No, I won't be moving.
Well, you can get the big dude in there then.
Yeah, okay. I cast Nuclear blast. Look, it says that this affects creatures.
Mm-hmm. Just going to refresh the page just to see whether that helps you all. All right, I've just refreshed it. See if that does help.
Give it a little refresh.
New.
Okay.
No, that's all right.
That's all right. It's usable.
Yeah, we can manage. What? I don't know. Maybe on Mural and Arcana. I know. Are they considered humanoids?
What?
Everything, the ghosts, I'm assuming it's a construct. So it's probably not.
Looking at it, it does look like it's made all of metal. There looks like there's a spirit of some kind inside that's
It's got spirit. Yes, it does.
but
It's
no.
just a warforge.
Nothing that you can see looks humanoid at all.
Yeah. Not the ghost.
You're confident that
Travago.
these spirit-like things, which they look
Super evil.
more like undead than humanoid.
Okay, cool. I will.
Fuck him up, sis.
I've got like nothing for this.
Hey, don't you got spells?
I'm gonna use bless on us.
Nice.
At second level, I think I can add an extra person into that. So spell this one.
There's so few episodes that you've already cast more buff spells than I did. A year and a half of playing Cleric.
Yeah, so that'll cop up to 4 people, which is going to be,
That will cop up to 4 people.
which is going to be all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Concentration spell, so I need to remember that. And then you might need to do this part for me.
Please, D&D, Daddy.
I don't know. We got asked to distract these things, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, there's dwarves over there.
Look over there.
And that's a bonus action as well. Bonus action is Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
Sanctuary.
And this is real dumb, but I'll move up into the group of ghosts.
Ghosty boys.
How? Just in the very center?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move.
I ain't
there.
afraid of no ghosts.
Just to not get opportunity attack though.
You won't get opportunity
Everyone
attack if
just
you
got
move
real
through there
high.
into the
Just
middle
all
there.
of
Is
them.
that a good space?
Yeah,
Have you seen it
okay.
yet?
We'll see how it goes.
Ectoplasm.
Okay.
So much.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, that's your turn. These 2 dwarves are going to go next. All they're going to do is you race in and start hacking away. They bring out what look to be 2-handed war axes, and they, though looking at the metal, they look back and say, and one of them says, I can't, the axe may not do anything. And the dwarf who's hammering, you can hear that ching, ching, and sparks fly everywhere. You see that larger, older dwarf say, just wave them away, not say anything. His brow is sweating, filled with sweat, and that's dripping on this hot anvil, which is hissing like crazy. And you can't quite see yet what he's trying to mold from without actually concentrating on it. But it is bright and golden. And he continues to do so. And the 2 dwarves will go in for attacks against this creature. Two attacks each. Only 1 out of 3 hit.
Wow.
Fantastic. It will do D12 damage.
Oh, we trust.
A whole 1 point of damage. Good. Good. Excellent. 1 point.
D12 damage right there. That was M&M, but that's fine.
Okay. You hear this
Purple pill.
shing, shing, as metal on metal just starts to ring out into the village. Nothing doesn't seem to even cause sparks on this thing, as it does seem to be looking towards the ghostly images, back towards these dwarves at its feet. And you see it just start to turn back towards the dwarves who are looking at it a little scared. At that point, Ivor, you're next.
I can see my friend hiding amongst the ghosts. So I know the words that
Hiding amongst the ghosts.
but for that reason, I won't cast Thunderwave. So you hear that start and end. I will move 10 feet to my right to avoid firing an ice knife right through, an inch away from your head. And I will fire an ice knife towards the giant spiked behemoth.
Okay.
There. With a 9 to hit, which means each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 damage. Sorry, dwarf buddies.
Okay, so the dwarves have to roll.
Yes.
A what save?
A dexterity save of 12.
Is it just the dwarves?
They
or is it
both.
The big guy?
They
And
both.
the big guy
yeah.
has to roll it as well.
They both pass with flying colors, and the big creature fails.
Hey.
Which means he will take
A perfect roll for you.
He will take 2d6 damage for 6.
What kind of damage is it?
2 piercing damage. Oh, let me double check. I know it was piercing when it hits.
Magical piercing damage.
Cold damage, actually. Sorry. On the miss, it's cold damage, which is 8, which things are obviously resistant to because you went.
No, it actually isn't. I double checked.
Oh,
so
neat.
this thing seems to be affected. One of its legs is encased in ice, and you see it just struggle to move for now. And how much damage was it?
It was 8 points.
Cool.
Frost damage.
Okay.
I'll call out to my companions then. I'll say, it's a beach summer type creature. Use ice magic if you got it. Or failing that,
I don't have magic.
fire ice stuff at it. Fire an arrow of ice.
To counteract its good time summer vibes.
Yeah.
It's just on spring break. It's living its best life.
Fire an ice bolt. Oh wait, I just did that. Did it.
Kailani, you're next.
Okay, great. After that pep talk, I'm going to attempt to move myself. No, I will not because apparently. Oh no, I can. Okay, hold on.
I can move you if you need.
Yeah, cool. Oh gosh, it's frozen to the tits. Hey, I'm attempting to basically go this way,
Towards the
like the top left corner. Yeah, actually, I'll do it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like la 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 la.
Yep. You jump over, go into the home.
Where is this on the screen?
You really shoot through a window.
I don't want to. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up. I don't want to go into the home.
That's all good.
More like here, I guess.
Yep.
I'm just trying to break us up. Is what I'm trying to do. I can still see the guy, right?
Oh yeah.
It's not you, it's me.
Cool. So I'm gonna. He's got eyes, right? He's got like buggy eyes.
Correct.
Great. So I'm gonna take out my hand crossbow, which I would have at this point already had out. And I'm gonna aim right at one of its eyes because I want to try and take its eyeball out.
Steve machine.
They just seem to be. They just seem to be glowing. That you don't see any eyeballs, like any flesh.
Just
But
want to impede its vision.
yeah, cool.
Essentially.
Make an attack.
Come on, dice. Don't hang up. Stay with me, man. Oh wait, does bless do anything?
1d4 to attack.
Oh yeah, well.
Or saving
Would a
throw.
13 have hit?
No, for the purpose of this, let's say yes.
Just imagine.
Just for,
23.
that'll hit.
Yeah, great. This guy's gonna have a hard time.
Or is it saving throw and attack, or is it one or the other? I don't remember.
Oh no, you're the cleric.
Just how hard you believe her.
I believe.
That is 3 points of damage to his eye.
With a crossbow. Yeah, cool.
Boat? No, a crossbow bolt.
As you watch, the bolt strikes just outside the eye socket, or where the eye socket would be, just on the edge, and just disintegrates. In the metal that encases him is super strong. It's a bronzy type of rusty mail, and he just doesn't notice it at all. Though the head does turn towards you in almost more curiosity or interest than anything else. There's no other emotion that this thing seems to be emanating.
For my bonus action, I do absolutely nothing, and just brace myself in case I'm gonna get yeeted.
Okay. Okay. The ghostly images are next. They are going to.
This is better.
So, yeah. Well, two of them are going to go. Well, one of them's going to go here. They're just going to split up. You're going to go down to there, but you're going to go into there because you're just right there. So, actually, no, you're going to go up here because you are there. Okay. So essentially, we've got one. They all hold out their hands as they shuffle in the snow, attempts to bring your energies towards them as you feel yourself getting weaker, as though something is being brought out of your mouth towards it. You can see some sort of a light start to rush out of your mouths as these creatures start to bring energy from you. So one of them is going to attempt to do that to you, Kailani, and that's going to be.
Roll your 1d4.
Why?
Because it's a saving.
Am I making a saving throw? I don't think I am.
This is a saving throw. Yes, sorry, it is.
What type of saving throw, please?
Constitution.
Okay, good. That's a 19.
Yeah, you're fine. You don't have any lasting effects from this, but you do still feel yourself weakening from its attack. You'll take 4 points of necrotic damage.
What?
As you get attacked, then you get attacked, and you get attacked.
I was going to say, this is like Oprah.
You're next, Rin. That's a miss. Ivor.
I am paralyzed.
Yeah, advantage. Thank you. That was still, wow, that's 2 double ones. Great. 2 ones.
That means you're going to hit me.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's a miss against you as well, Ivor, and then 2 attacks against you. Lock first.
Roll a wisdom saving throw every time you attack me.
They both fail and they don't attack.
Yep.
All right, the last one. My gosh, my rolls have been they're all under 10 just now.
Nice.
Crazy. Okay, different dice. That's fine.
Like, I don't know if you have more than one attack, but you are, if you fail, you are able to choose a new target if you can do that.
I can't, no. Perfect. Those fail significantly, so that's fine, although, Kailani, you do feel a bit weakened by this, and you're next, Rin. You've got this. You've got this. Oh, you need to roll a Constitution saving throw to get out of that. Yes.
You get a 1d4 for that then.
No.
To that point as well, though, Ivor, you also were paralyzed. So apologies. That damage that you did wouldn't have worked, and you wouldn't have been able to move either. Right. So for the purposes of this, I'll put you back to here, just for fairness. That creature would have made its way over to there. No, that's right. What did you get for your con saving throw if I would take that damage back from that creature? That's all I have to do.
Do I take that at disadvantage?
No.
Come on.
Saving throw.
Plus a d4, yes.
Yeah, he rolled one.
18.
You are no longer paralyzed. Now you're fine. So just for the purposes of
You
that.
fucking alright, bro?
Nice stretching.
It's Pello helping you out there, bro.
Yeah. So damage was taken back. The Ice Knife wasn't cast, so just know that that spell slot you have back.
Splash the secret.
You're like, I have a feeling that cold damage works.
Then, from the very top, this creature will go next. It will do...
Well, you've already said it.
Let's have a look. Yeah, cool. Okay, it's going to go at its two closest. It's simply going to walk towards them because you can see spikes coming out of this creature's knees as though it itself has been made to cause damage from broken swords, broken spears, and it's simply going to try and impale these dwarves with its knees. So it's going to make 2 attacks.
Jeez, knees.
Jeez knees. Jeez knees.
Smeezy.
Shell Daisy.
Coming at you with a style so easy. Everybody practice for this moment.
No, we didn't. Boom. Boom. Boom.
That's how you know we're from the streets.
What?
All right. Oh, and they need to make saving throws.
It's just feeling dead air on the Kelly rolls 400 damage.
So as you watch, one of them gets a spear through his side, and he grunts in pain. The one on the right is now immobile against this creature's leg, and he's just trying to, even in being wounded, he's still able to flail with his double-handed axe. He's staunch and he's hurt, so he's just in a rage trying to strike at this thing while being impaled. The other one does get hit, but he pulls the sword that hurt him out of his stomach, and he puts a hand on it and trying to staunch the flow, and he holds his two-handed axe in one hand and just starts to again grunt and flail upon him with some sort of anyone else speak Dwarven apart from you, Ivor? No. You hear in Dwarvish, it's just this guttural, Slayer, and then it will be your turn, Locke.
Just gonna ride up on my boys.
What?
I
Sorry?
mean, what better time than now, I guess.
Going to take the disengage action.
Yep.
And I'm going to move, I think, 20 to... Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think I can get in between the two of the dwarves with 30 feet of movement.
5, 10, 15, 20.
There's a bit of diagonals playing there.
30.
Can I run?
Yes, you can.
Diagonally.
Nice.
Yes, you can. You're right there.
And with that, I don't think I can do really anything as a bonus action because I do not want to break sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
I'm a sanctuary.
Are we okay? What happened in the second half of this session?
Actually, I can cast spiritual weapon as long as I don't. Actually, is that concentration?
Have you got a concentration?
It's not a concentration spell, no. Yeah, I've got bless up still. I'm going to cast spiritual weapon.
And drop.
Drop nothing.
Oh, so your bless is not. Oh, yeah, of course, because you don't have to. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to cast that in the middle of the two ghosts that I was at before.
All right, so you're going to, in the middle of the two ghosts,
on
we
the
were
fucking
also
stream.
there.
What you're doing is on the stream.
Cool.
Great, you get to see my mind work in real
And that
Triangle.
is my turn.
All right, but does the spiritual weapon have the ability to attack when it's summoned?
It
I think
Yes.
we decided last
does.
time it does.
Yes,
But
go for it.
I am actually not going to attack with it.
Oh, okay, just choosing not to, no problem. All right.
Creature flying spiritual weapon. Actually, this is a great question for you. I've got Sanctuary on, and it says if I make an attack,
No, the spiritual weapon acts as its own
as its own,
entity. Yeah.
I summoned it with a bonus action. I can only attack with it on that turn when I summon it. Because this isn't an action to attack. Bonus action to attack.
Bonus action to attack.
But if you summon,
Summon at the same
you can
time.
summon and attack. You just can't summon, move it, and then attack.
Ah, right. Okay, well then, if you're cool with that, I'll make an attack.
Yes, the top or the bottom one.
Who you attacking,
Top
bruv?
one, I guess.
Cool. Go for it.
And we're gonna obviously use it on you because it's fucking there.
What did they have to do to you?
I don't think it hit with a 10.
A 10 will
Big spiky guy.
just miss.
Just miss, yeah. Well, that's good for you. So that misses. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, where's the
Alright.
body in the wheelbarrow?
You hear that keening, that sound of battering of this massive hammer, this blacksmith's hammer on the anvil again. And this thing just rings out and hums, reverberates all around you. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, please, from that last smash against the anvil.
Oh, Jesus. Now on.
You're on D4? Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's 20.
Remember your D4.
Thank you. That actually helps a lot. 21.
21?
16.
And a 1 plus something. Rin, you're the only. You are
real paralyzed.
You're the only one who is deafened for the next, only for the next round, but you are deafened. You hear nothing.
Paralyzed anyway.
It's
better this way.
Good.
As the ringing pours out, you see what looks to be molten lava dripping from the edge of the anvil down onto the snow, and it just creates this billow of smoke and smell of metal and gold that seems to be emanating around this dwarf now. And he says, "Just a little longer. Thank you." He looks quite cheerful for someone who's just furrowed and in utter concentration. And that's all he's doing. The dwarves are going to go next.
Good.
They're going to try and distract as well. Okay, 3 hit and 1 miss. They both have the same weapon on them. So 3. Okay. And in total, that would be 33 points of damage.
Dwarves.
Okay.
How can't you be like those dwarves?
As you watch, even wounded these dwarves, now they mutter something under their breaths, and there are now runes, dwarven runes that glow gold on the axe blade itself. And as they now carve, they just cut through this armor like it's butter. And you see.
What just happened?
You see this creature just move in all directions. No, you see this.
I literally missed what happened. I'm so confused.
Someone actually locked onto the monster.
Yeah, that was me. I'm having troubles with the screen, and I did that by accident.
That's okay. This thing is very fast. And you see, one of its legs is sheared right off, and you can see it's the kneecap, or what would be the kneecap, just furrows into the dirt. And you can see with it, as it leans over, where one of the dwarves is impaled, he pushes him into the dirt as well. You can hear this grunting of pain as this other dwarf on the right is on his knees now and just half conscious, blood dripping out of the side of his wound. That's all the dwarves can do. Ivor, you're next.
Within a 15-foot arc of me, I should be able to capture these two that are creeping on me, and also the one just below your spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will
do so. I will cast Thunder Wave at first level.
Nice.
Thanks for not being in my Thunder Wave. And so that will be a Constitution save on their part.
Okay.
Otherwise, they'll take 2d8 thunder damage.
What's the saving number?
12.
That's on 3 of them. All 3 fail.
Nice.
Did my spiritual weapon need it?
Let me just quickly.
What's the range? 20 feet?
Cone. They were cones.
Oh, actually, it's a 15-foot cone, so it may not reach.
No.
It probably wouldn't reach the.
Correct.
Would it reach that one right below the spiritual?
Yes, it would reach that one too. That's why I rolled for it, yeah. Right. So no, the spiritual weapon doesn't need to roll.
Be free.
It's not hanging out in the cone zone.
No.
Nice. 13.
Is that with your spell attack bonus as well?
That is not. 17.
Yeah?
Yeah, 17.
17.
Damage.
All right.
Get thundered.
Yeah, lovely.
The
You
thunder
see-
from down under.
Fucking ghosts.
Like, quite literally, because you are down under
Wow.
these guys.
You see them shake in their forms and they simply almost tear themselves apart with the vibration of this spell, and this utter roar emanates throughout this street, and you don't hear anything, but the rest of your ears are
Eat shit.
I can't, I'm paralyzed.
are reverbed as well, and they disappear.
Fuck yeah.
Do anything else, Ivor?
Got a little bonusy action that you can do.
I suppose I can move now, can't I?
Oh yes.
Oh me, oh my. That's not you.
That's not me.
That's you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would move maybe a little bit.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
You gotta reselect the hand.
I gotta reselect the hand, click the hand, click my character. Probably move up 20 feet.
Yep.
Just to there, so I'm in a little bit better positioned.
Cool.
And then I'll yell back at Mo behind us. I'll say, "Hey, can you help him? He looks." I'm pointing at you, Rin. And I'm like, he doesn't look well.
You Mo? Okay. Yep. Sure. That's all you're doing.
That's what I'm doing.
All right. Mori snaps into action, and he puts his hand on you, Rin, and he mutters under his breath, and you feel warmth, and you feel clarity in your eyesight and in your hearing, and you suddenly
Hydrate everyone, please.
you break out of whatever I've already done that. You break out of whatever magical effect was stopping you from moving, and you are now free to move.
Am I still deaf?
No, you're fine. And Mori just gives you this pat on the cheek, a little pat on the cheek, and he whispers, "Go get him."
Attaboy.
So that's Mori's turn.
Get
Kailani, you're next.
Great. I am going to absolutely risk opportunity attack. And I'm just going to move. I'm probably going to come round this way so that I don't walk through a house.
Yep.
Probably about here. So that ghosty will get an opportunity attack if you want to
He
do that.
will,
Feel
so that
free.
will be that. That's a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that fucking hits.
And you need to make a Constitution saving throw then.
Yeah, sick. Love that. Love that for me.
Please.
Yeah, it did not do much. Constitution, you say?
Yeah.
That'll be a 6.
Okay, so.
Cool.
Number. You suffer 8 points of necrotic damage, and because you feel that draining of your energy, of your life essence, that 8 hit points has now been reduced from the maximum hit points that you've got. So you can only heal up to 8 points less.
Oh, fuck you, Michele.
It's a ghost. It's a ghost. That's the opportunity attack. What else are you doing as you head up those stairs?
Oh, am I upstairs? Am I?
Well, it's you're just rising up a little bit, a few stairs worth of landing.
Sure, great, awesome. I am feeling awful for starters, but it's fine because I got a good shooting arm, and I'm gonna once again attempt to aim for the eye of this creature.
Mhm.
I can't do much aside from use this crossbow, so let's do that.
It's like the hyena.
All right.
Did you add your 1d4?
Yeah. 18 to hit.
Keen on this place, aren't you?
18 hits.
Great.
No, I always forget if someone doesn't tell me.
That will be 7 points of damage
Okay.
to the eyeball.
Okay, you see the crossbow bolt disappear within the creature's eye socket, and you see sparks fly as it's briefly white light is sort of almost flutters as though a torch is about to be put out, and you notice the purple within its eye disappears, and there's just this black hole within its right eye socket, and you see it now turn purposefully towards you. Again, that just a slow turn, a slow purposeful turn towards you.
Sick.
Anything else you're doing?
For my bonus action, I am going to not use that because it's not going to do me much good. So I guess I'm just going to be like, ooh. Hey guys, not feeling great over here. Feeling pretty average. Thank you.
That's you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Like permanently average.
the
In
go-
fact, permanently not good right now. Feeling bad.
I think that's you she's talking to.
I think I can heal through that.
Permanently bad.
You find yourselves now under attack from these ghostly figures, as one of them goes towards you, Ivor, and the other just tries to swat away at the magical weapon. And the other still goes for this dwarf who's impaled and on his knees at the foot of this large spiky creature. So the first against you, Ivor. Okay, that will be a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
That does hit.
What?
Alright. We 5 plus 2 is 7.
Okay, you take 10 points of necrotic damage,
Brr.
and your maximum health is also reduced by 10. By 9, sorry, by 9. Did I say 9 or 10?
You said 10 points of damage?
Then 10 points maximum gone.
Oh. Shit.
So you can only heal up to 10 points less. And with that, you feel your very skin start to shrivel as the other ghostly image goes towards that spiritual weapon. That misses. And then the other one just tries to finish off that one dwarf who is impaled. That will miss. You can see that this creature uses this ghostly arm to try and slice through the armor of this dwarf, but the armor glows and it prevents attack from this creature, deflects it. From there, that will be Rin.
Rin-a-ding-ding.
What?
That is so offensive. Well,
You're just in the middle of the fight, you're like, rin ding ding.
where did we get up to with chucking this dead body in this wheelbarrow?
You've got it. You've got the cart.
It's near there?
It's near there. It's really pretty much right next to you.
Alright.
Just gonna throw a body. Eat it.
Well, I am going to use my Sonic Whispers ability to connect to the weird sword creature. And I guess the dwarf in the far end with the anvil for 2 hours.
Okay.
Now, I don't need to be able to speak a common language
Yes.
to understand each other. So I'm going to, I guess, in the mind of the monster, okay. Oi, oi, hello there. I have a little sweetie treat for you. And with the wheelbarrow with the dead body in it, I guess start to... do I need to move at like half speed or something with that?
Yes.
Sorry. I can't even see the map. I guess I would also think to the dwarf hitting this anvil.
Hurry up!
Hey, what are you doing? Where do you need this thing?
The yell back is...
It's in its mind.
Oh, sorry. In your head you hear, just towards me.
Alright.
Thank you.
Will bonus action dash, which should still give me 30 feet of movement.
Yep.
I guess if you can just... I'm attempting to basically wheel this cart with the dead body as a lure for this thing to get him towards the anvil guy. So 30 feet of movement, that does that.
But it doesn't, because as you start to move towards...
Nice, weird judge. Nice.
Weird judge. As you start to move the wheel barrow or the cart towards... So you're moving towards the creature?
Well, I mean, the body falls out, so...
The body does fall out.
I don't know what I'm doing. That happens.
So essentially what happens is you start racing towards this creature and you get... So your intention though is to get to the dwarf, yeah?
Yeah.
So you get you move, I'll say only 5 feet, and the wheelbarrow, one of the wheels in this cart, it just falls off completely, and the body rolls out onto the ground and is still in the snow. One of the wheels is now damaged, and this body is, you needed 2 to pick it up, though it was easy with 2 people. With 1, it could be a little tougher, but it's manageable. But you still have your turn.
Well, that was all my actions, so I'm done.
Bonus action, dance break.
So you did trying to communicate though with this spiky creature.
Yes.
So with that, we'll see what happens. We're going to go back to the creature, and it looks again purposefully towards you, Rin, now that a communication of some kind has happened, and he's going to move. He's going to take all the attacks of opportunity because he is fairly mindless.
I will not take an attack of opportunity.
No. Oh, you won't? You don't want to?
I'll end my sanctuary if I do.
5.
Oh no.
All right.
Hey, dance time,
you'll
boy.
need, yeah, please do a dance
monkey
break.
dance.
Rin. That's a...
Wow.
That was pointed.
Wow.
That was pointed.
It's okay, weird judge. We still love you.
We're still love you.
We're about community here.
Some of us are about community here.
This dwarf is stuck on a spike and will
Why
follow
do we
the
all do
creature.
this to communicate with the viewers? We're like, hey,
You're
go.
actually all very loud, which is really good for a change.
How you doing? Yeah.
You can hear each other very, very nicely. The other dwarf misses. And he's walking through your and through the spectre, who will also get damaged from this. Missing.
Will my hammer have an attack of opportunity?
Missing, yes. Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So he's going to land about there. All right. No, because he only landed there.
I rolled an 8 anyways.
Actually, yes, he will. Sorry, that is outside. So rolled an 8, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, he's going to be in line to strike at you, Rin, and he will He'll stop there. He won't move through you, but he's going to make a slam attack against you. So that will be... That's a 12 to hit.
That's will miss.
Okay, you dodge out of the way as this metallic, massive arm the size of you smashes onto the ground just beside you, sending spikes, body parts just strewn in all directions.
Give him one of these.
Okay.
No time for dancing.
That's all it's doing. Lock
The
your
tradition of my people.
I'm going to turn, and which out of the two dwarves looks more damaged?
The one that's, sorry, this guy. The dwarf that's still attached by a spike to this figure.
How uncomfortable.
Who's just moving, trudging along in the snow, is definitely more wounded looking. Yes.
Probably wanted to touch that guy, eh?
I can't make it to him.
Well, you tried.
Yeah.
Robitussin.
The other dwarf next to me is injured though as well, isn't he?
Yes. He took a sword, rusted sword to the gut.
How are they looking?
The one beside you just has this air of fierceness about him. He looks like he's about to just jump in one leap towards this thing to hack away at it. He looks in a rage.
And I'll look over at Kaylani. How is she looking?
Weak and pale.
Permanently bad.
Can I heal through that permanently bad?
Dunno. Can you?
Am I aware of the effects of these?
You haven't been personally affected yet, so you're not sure in what
So
stage.
for you, I would just look bad.
Yeah.
But I have been saying, "Oh God, I feel permanently ill."
She bad.
Really bad.
I am going to look. I'll try it. I don't think this guy's gonna. I think this guy's gonna be okay. I can make it to Kalani with 25.
Yes, you can.
I believe.
Yep. You want to do that?
Yep, and I'll use Cure Wounds level 1.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Whoa.
You watch different versions. Man, then I guess. Jeez.
And if you can, you heal 9 points.
I heal 4 points.
All right.
That's good though. That's now my hit point maximum.
You do find that as you heal her, you find that the effects aren't as powerful as you thought it would take effect. There's something blocking the healing of yours.
It's
annoying.
Lila's with us, isn't she?
No.
No. She's at home, that's right.
Just got my cloak.
If only we knew that magic.
Yeah, should be really good for a fight like this.
Fast asleep still.
That's my movement, and I can't do it. Oh no, bonus action I'll use.
Only we could
mace.
message her.
And I believe he's still in combat with one of the ghosts. Yeah.
Yep, and Rin. So and advantage.
Oh no, an attack with advantage.
Yeah.
Oh dope. So I roll that twice.
They dope.
God, that guy's roll. So 14 and a 13. So 14.
14 in total, it misses. It hit.
The ghost.
Oh, the ghost, apologies, that will hit.
Yeah, okay. And this is radiant damage, so I don't know if that does extra.
Cool.
8 points of radiant damage.
Okay. As you watch, the hammer slams into what would be the head of this creature, and it caves in the creature completely.
Hydrate. Go.
Thank you very much for that. And the creature just
Prem.
disappears completely into the ground.
Yeah, no.
Hey, good call, treasure.
Just wisps of white left, and they blow away in the wind. Anything else you're doing?
That would be my my action economy. Yeah, done.
As you watch, the anvil is slammed down again, or the hammer slams down on the anvil again, sending that reverbed feeling throughout the street. The guards are still there. They haven't left. They're still firing bolts. They're still they're slamming into this thing. A couple of them were skewered and died by this creature walking down towards you, Rin. And in that interim, just as smoothly and nonchalantly as ever, this creature brought those dead guards, ripped them out from the spikes, and just slammed them into other spikes on his back. There's no fewer than 30 guards on his back now, dead.
God.
And the other guards obviously are
these the town guards?
town medical
This guy
guards.
therapy. Hey, man, it looks like you're carrying a lot of burden on your back.
We're gonna need like a recruitment drive after this.
Yeah. You can send the mail out for it.
We need to pay more.
The as the anvil hits, you hear in your head, Rin, and then out loud to everyone, "Hey, Ray, send them to me. I cannot push this anvil anymore. I don't have my sons." He just holds up his hammer, waiting. On the anvil, you see simply what looks to be a bracelet. And this bracelet looks to be open and large enough so that it seems to be able to be put over the rest of this creature.
Right. Suddenly the goal is clear. It's not my turn. I just said that, guys.
Sweet.
The dwarves go next. This one is going to for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna dash over to here. He can't do anything after dashing. He goes right towards him, and then the other dwarf is going to make more attacks because he's still alive. One hit, and then with this runed hammer that glows, it will do 7 points of slashing damage towards this creature who is still dragging its knee behind him, but doesn't seem to be impeded by the speed. Though a slam in the fingers of this thing just shear off 3 of the fingers, these spiked things that this creature has on him. Though again, there's no grunt of pain, there's nothing. There's just this dead eye and the other glowing purple. And that will be Ivor's turn.
Sweet. So as this thing casts its wild necrotic magic on me, and all the bits of skin are falling off and I'm getting gross, as they fall away, I'm going to start to mutter, you know. I'm going to start to mutter. And where the gaps start to form, you'll see my old skin there, as it should be, but translucent in the exact same way that the ghosts appear, as I cast false life and weave a necrotic cloak of energy around me to give myself back those hit points that you took.
Sick.
So it's 1d4 plus 9 for 13 HP.
And those are temporary hit points?
Those are temporary hit points.
Cool, okay.
What spell's that?
False life.
False life.
Oh, that's cool.
Cast at 2nd level, by the way.
Very nice. That's why it's plus 9?
Yes.
Yeah, very cool. All right.
With my
Just living a false life with another family.
Yeah. False life. Go on the next town over. False life.
My name
guess
is now
I'm like
Iva instead of Ivor. And this is my family.
If
I'm a FedEx driver, pretty much.
Nah. Yeah, I'm not a mail guy anymore. I just deliver packages now.
Deliver pizzas now.
Delivering that package.
Anyways,
Ivor Domino.
Ivor Domino. Taking a very different. I'll be a very different character by the end of this. With the disengage action, is that only from one character, or can I disengage if I'm engaged within 5 feet of 2
Congratulations.
no, you can engage. You can disengage from many foe. It takes an action to do, I believe.
Okay, these guys disengage in action. My bad. In that case, I will
Cry.
run for it, and I will try and run 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6. That should take me. Am I obstructed by anything there?
Nope.
Cool. I will
Cry.
make a break for it and hopefully not just get stomped on by whatever's left.
So you have an attack of opportunity from 2 people,
Mm-hmm.
the big metal creature and one of the ghosts.
Confident.
So this is from the ghostly
And
creature.
Michaela's like, you're a fucking idiot.
From the ghostly creature, that's a 17.
That hits.
Can you make a Constitution saving?
Duck and weave, that hit.
Everyone knows.
This time I remembered it.
Yeah.
Hey. Not good. 10.
You pass.
Nice.
So you take damage. You do take 8 points of slashing damage, but you don't get permanently weakened. And then the creature is going to make a single slam attack against you. That will be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Did you?
I just checked. Who knows? Maybe. Dare to believe. That's why I make Billy Boy moves like this.
Oops.
You're fucked.
No. Help me.
8 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's good.
How many points of other types of damage?
And
Take the 8 away first.
I will.
That's more than 1 dice, bro.
16 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, that is scary close to an insta death right there.
I don't need that.
Shit, you must be
Down? Yes.
Oh, you're down.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just
yeah.
got stomped directly into the muddy ground by a sword leg.
You got visited by coals.
But he is facing back the way we need him to go now, and away from my companions. So you're welcome. It's what heroism looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
One less thing to chase.
So you unfortunately don't move away from that point.
Oh, bro, you gonna get spiked?
Oh no! I'm spiked. Am I spiked?
No, thankfully one of the arm that slammed into you, its attack doesn't have any spikes in the hand, but you're breathing quickly
You're a muddy boy.
as you look around and you see that you can't feel your legs.
Oh no!
And you're bleeding from multiple wounds. Okay. That means that it's, thankfully, 5, 10, 15, 20.
That's right, level 3.
You feel warmth as hands
you're
from
dead.
an elf.
Oh.
Does that reset his life drain when you go down on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. So, all I
you'll-
gotta do is drop to 0, and then, yeah,
Yes.
okay, good to know.
So you heal 10 hit points
Nice.
as Mori goes into the range of attack from this metal creature, but heals you, closes some wounds.
That's real scary, Mori.
What?
Kailani, you're
It's
next.
frightening in combat. Right?
So this Anvil dwarf mentioned that we should lead the thing to him, right? He shouted that out, so we all heard it. Great. I'll let you move me if that's okay.
Mhm.
Could you just move me with my 30 feet of movement as close to him as humanly possible? The most direct route. Not the big guy, the anvil guy.
Oh, sorry. You
I
are.
don't want to be standing in front of him, more like to the
You're
side of him.
10 feet away, and you can be to the side of him there.
Yeah, cool. And then I'm gonna like shake my head in like a, god damn it, like sort of way. I'm gonna, pull out my pistol, and I'm gonna yell out, "Hey, big boy!" And I'm just gonna shoot. Not you. I'm gonna shoot towards him. Yeah, I'll just shoot the gun towards him. I guess the pistol.
Okay. Make your attack.
Great. Get blessed.
Where are you aiming for?
His other eye, I guess, since that's been the theme.
Solid.
Oh, that's cocked. 13?
What'd you say?
13?
Sound like a 30 to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what she said.
A 1-3.
Okay.
Feel like that's not a hit.
With a 0 on the end of it.
With those bonuses, you shoot your pistol, and it makes an enormous,
That's okay. That's just as good.
and it hits the metal of.
Shoot Ivor in the back.
Trying to distract him. So
It
yeah.
shoots the metal of this creature's face, not directly in the eye, just below it, and you see a huge dent, though it didn't go through.
Doesn't do damage. Cool.
And this creature, again, that purposeful look towards you. There's
Just gonna wave my arms around.
okay, all right.
Hello.
I'm dead. Come eat me.
The ghostly figures are next, and
If they could not make their way up to me, that'd be dope.
one of them does. The other one
Sick.
goes towards and starts to attack Mori. Mori is going to get attacked. It will hit him, and it will do. Oh, not much.
It's okay, because if I drop to 0, it's even more appetizing.
5 points of slashing damage. Mori will make a Constitution saving throw, which he passes. And so you can, Ivor, just next to you, you see one of the creatures, one of these ghostly creatures slam into the cloak, forming a bit of crimson around his arm. Okay, as you also watch, you'll also get attacked, Kailani, and that will miss on a 4.
Sick. Good. That's good news.
All right, those creatures, that's it. And then Rin, you're next.
Can I actually, if it's okay, try something? Can I just pretend to drop to the floor and look dead?
So, like a performance check or deception check.
No, like, yeah, I'm just gonna go, ah.
Yeah, make a deception check, sure.
I'm so dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
not for you guys, for the thing.
Deception or performance, you choose.
Does ability checks get affected by bless or no?
It's saving throws and attacks.
Okay,
I
so
believe.
no bless.
Yeah, it's not like guided.
So deception or performance, you say. Let's go for deception. How does that sound?
Oh my gosh, you're dead.
That's going to be...
Advantage?
No.
It's going to be a 22.
Okay.
Oh, it'll do.
Well, you fall to the floor after the creature to the second where that creature just tried to scrape its claw across
Actually, a
you,
defense mechanism.
and you fall pretty much in the moment. You're not sure if that's enough. We'll see. Sorry, Rin, you'll go.
Sorry, Ren.
No, you're good.
Go for it.
Just came to me in the moment.
I will disengage.
Okay.
I'll let you move me.
Yep.
But I guess as I start moving off towards the dwarf with the anvil, in the mind of the creature, I'll be like, oh, wouldn't my pretty fur look nice hanging from your spikes at the back there? And I'll start to saunter off towards the... Yes, I'll saunter. I will mince my way down the road towards the Anvil Dwarf, I guess bonus action dash to get 60 feet. And then as I get to that, I'll fall down and be like, oh no, I've fallen down and I can't get up. I'd be such an easy target.
Both of us just laying there.
You get right next to this other creature, this other ghostly figure that is not far from Kailani, and you're very, very close to this anvil, and you both feel the heat that's still burning from that blacksmithing job that this dwarf is doing. He is trying to, with gloves on, lift this golden open shackle. And he's just not, he's got massive muscles in this short, stocky form. And he's just able to, but you can hear him over the course of these turns asking for your help. You can see this creature is very, very interested in what you're saying, what you're putting down, and so you notice that this creature is starting to move towards you.
Laying there all sexy like.
To that effect.
Oh, my ankle is sprained. I couldn't possibly escape.
Jesus.
Hey, if you're an artist, and you're we'd love to see how you imagine.
Yeah, where's press? Where's press F at this point in time?
Unsubscribe.
He's going to go here, and that's his dash action. I need Ivor, if you want to make an attack of opportunity. The hammer can make an attack.
How the tables have turned.
The dwarf is still being dragged along on a spike. He's losing his life essence.
17.
Hits.
For 10 radiant.
10 radiant damage.
Sick.
Blinding light appears all around you, Ivor, and Mori, as this hammer slams in and just shears about 5 spears and 5 bodies just slam into the snow.
Take all spears.
I can either take an unarmed strike, or if you'll let me for flavor, can I do something else instead?
Yeah.
I reach out and grab that dwarf that's stuck on his leg. And just
Yes, you can.
apply tension as the guy walks away.
Make a strength check.
You were now spiked as well.
Good God.
Couple of dwarves hanging out on his leg. Strength check. I don't know the D4 to this, do I? Because it's
just an
check,
ability.
so no four.
check. 15.
Hey, that's
You
nice.
do. You grab a hold of this dwarf, and you hear that as
Ew.
as the spike leaves the body. You can see he's leaning on you heavily, and he looks up towards you with a smile. He has this pale face with that brown, massive, blooded beard, and he weakly says, share a beer after this?
Yeah. You're buying it.
And that's all he's doing. He actually does pass out. And
Oh, good.
with that is your turn, Locke.
Look, the gears are. I will bonus action move the mace.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll attack the Arathi thingy with it.
Yep. That's above Mori.
Yeah.
Yep. Go for it.
So that's my bonus action.
Meat cute.
That'll be a 15.
Hits.
No, that's not great. 5 radiant.
Okay. It again slams down. The creature does move out of the way mostly, but a portion of that radiant damage just shears through an arm. And you can see this creature just shrieks, and not in pain, but just in anger, as its attack was thwarted. And it readies itself for another attack, but it stays where it is, hovers. You can,
yeah, it looks like it's getting close to being what it's completing. I'll move down to the dwarf that's passed out.
Mm-hmm.
And does he look like he needs to be stabilized, or is he just wounded heavily?
You can make a medicine check to find out. As you watch this ghostly figure, it looks horrifying. Its skull is almost bleeding white. You don't know what that. It's almost like the jelly from Eyes. That sort of look just being formed across its face as it looks at you with these dead eyes. What'd you get?
19.
Yeah. This dwarf is unconscious and bleeding out.
Yeah, so he doesn't need to be spared the dying. I'll just heal him then.
Yep.
Try and bring him back up. I'll just use a level 1 slot.
Mm-hmm.
And we're healing him for 6 points of damage.
Okay.
What's the slot?
He rouses, and you can see some of the wounds, or that main wound that has caused him to be dragged across the battlefield is closed, and he breathes a bit more deeply. You too, a beer.
Yeah, I'll take one when we get out of here. What round are we going to be in at the moment?
Third, I believe.
Okay, good. That's my action bonus action.
Okay.
And movement.
All right. In which case, we've got the dwarf at the anvil backs away, and he essentially moves down towards this metal figure and just grabs a hold of an arm and just starts to pull the arm towards the anvil. It'll just be a strength check. The dwarf will be that. The creature will be that. Wow. I rolled a 4 and then a 2. So the dwarf wins by 2.
Hey.
And the creature is pulled, but that's the problem is the creature is then pulled through Rin and the ghostly creature, and its spikes on its legs are in the way. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no, my fur.
Is Brett still up?
Hey?
Am I still hashtag blessed?
You are brushed. Yeah, you're going to have 2 rounds of it. Be brushed.
Maui. 20.
Okay, you're fine. So you get out of the way barely, but this creature is now essentially at the anvil at the moment, and the dwarf has the arm over the top of the anvil and slams the arm down, and you can see this creature isn't even struggling, though it does look like it is. Initially, it was resisting the pull towards it, not really knowing what the effect might be. You watch on as this dwarf uses another hand quickly to bring the other part of the bracelet over, and you hear this as bracelet it connects with each other, and this white light, this white glow and heat just rings out from this placement. And you can see a moment passes, and this creature isn't moving. And steam all of a sudden from every part of wherever a gap is, the creature just billows out super hot steam. I need Rin and Kailani to make another dexterity saving throw, please.
It's getting all steamy up in here.
Some broiled bodies. Yeah. Getting all hot and bothered.
Yeah, it's gonna smell dank up in here.
That's a 17, so a little bit better.
25. So I go, haha, my ankle wasn't even sprained.
Okay. You both pass, so you'll take half damage from this.
This could still be bad.
All right, that's 8 points of...
I go unconscious. Oh no, I don't, because you healed me. Yeah. Thank you. I nearly go unconscious, and then I saved myself.
And then metal plates.
That was half.
Yeah.
8, oh, jeez, okay.
Metal plates just fall off this creature. The bodies fall off with it, and the spikes just fall into the snow as well. It is deconstructing as this creature just jutters and almost looks like it's pulling itself apart, and metal just is heaped in a pile on the ground. And the last creature of ghostly visage wails as it disappears. And you see that white bearded dwarf breathe heavily at you. And he just takes a moment to assess what's going on. The bracelet's still around the only undamaged part of this construct, the wrist, as he just looks at you all. Hey there. I'm Gwalin of the Moral Holds.
Oh, that's nice, but what the fuck?
Have I heard that name before?
No, you haven't. And as you ask that question in the battlefield of blood and bodies, the guards starting to move a bit closer to see why they weren't able to affect this creature at all. And just this whistling wind of snow now beating down upon the battlefield. We'll leave it there for the evening.
Wow.
Starts to come to understand or start to understand why and what just happened. Well done, everybody. Excellent. Yes, return to monk. That is very much very true. Bards just have it. They just have that touch. Thank you, everybody.
Touch.
That was a battle and a half. That took up a lot of the evening. So well done.
Shibbidi-bop-bop. Hey, do we level up?
No, you didn't.
What the fuck? What is this?
He got the shit kicked out of his way too much to level up.
Yeah, but you know what? That's building your constitution up.
Very true. It is. It is. Slowly but surely. Thank you, everybody, for watching. That's super, super kind. Lurkers, chatters, and the like. Let's see who it is that we can raid before we head out for the evening. In the meantime, if you enjoyed what you heard and you want to hear more, you can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. You can also donate to us if you like what you heard as well. If you want to support the channel, feel free to. Just before they raid us, we're going to raid them. Crit and miss, everyone. In 3 seconds. Have a great night, everybody.
Oh my god.
Enjoy. Take care.
Tune in tomorrow, maybe, for some cool stuff.
Yes.
Bye.
Goodbye.